Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Bourbon Neophyte special Saturday night stream. Nothing real big and fancy. Just thought I would pop on for an hour or two and say hello, have a dram, and just sit back, relax, and chat a bit. Was on Big Vic stream just about a half hour, 45 minutes or so ago, and Whiskey Wars is on tonight, and I said on Vic's stream, I'm like, man, YouTube ticks me off sometimes when it comes to getting notification from others, YouTubers that I subscribe to. I mean, we all stream when we want to stream, but I'm not going to purposely stream and do something between two, three people because we all pull from the same group, but I don't normally stream on a Saturday. Vic is always around, and I know he's good with it, and I know Sean's good with it. They two do not care. But it's just a respect thing that, we do. But anyway, I'm here, and I hope you all are doing well because I certainly am. Had a great Easter weekend, Good Friday, Passover, all that stuff. Spent time at Dad's. Sister flew in from Florida. Her son flew in from Pennsylvania, and I haven't seen my nephew in a couple of years, and he hasn't changed much. Either he got taller, I got shorter. I'm not sure, but things like that happens. But my dad was surprised because he didn't expect my sister and her husband to be there, and when her son showed up, surprised me because I didn't know he was coming until the day he showed up. So that's just how that goes. But glad to have you all here. Eric, always appreciate having you. Zenbood, man, where the heck have you been? Tore up, I hope you're still hanging around, brother. Really appreciate you showing up, saying hello, and smashing that like button. Brian, I'm really appreciate it. I know how busy you are talking about bookers over there with Big Vic and Peter, but it's always great to have you. Oh, looky here, Mayhem here. I hope all is well for you on the East Coast, brother. And then, of course, I cannot forget Sean. Sean, I hope you are doing well also. Thank you for popping in, everybody. Really appreciate it. But those of you that saw me 2 weeks ago, I think when it was 2 weeks ago, and I opened a couple of things, and in particular were the Glendronach, like this one here, Ode to the Dark. Well, I took this one with me to Yuma, and I also took the Old Malt Cask, this one here that I had up, the Bellewayne 16, and shared them with my brother-in-law, my sister, and of course my nephew, and they really enjoyed them. I know my nephew certainly did, and these things, particularly this one, opened up very, very nicely over there, and they really liked it. They really liked it. I really liked it, and I'm going to pour just a little bit more of this in a glass. As you can see, just a couple of us. We had a few drams out of it over the weekend, and I like to go back to them. I wasn't expecting to go back to this last week, but I said, I know they'll appreciate this, so I brought this down. I didn't bring the other two. But I'm going to pour a little of this, and then I have a few things sitting here. And like I said, this is nothing special or anything like that. We're just sitting back, kicking it. Hey, Dave, cheers, man. Ben, I know you're busy. Cheers, but you know where I'm at, man. Appreciate it. Just going to have a few tastes. I know Prescription Bourbon's got a little work to do because I was watching his show while I was setting things up here, and I know he's got a few drams he's got to finish up, and he may have finished them up. But he was going through some bottle kills and a few things, and of course got in the topic of rye and talking about some people say they get a wintergreen, some people say they get mint. To each his own. I very rarely get mint on rye, with the exception of Elijah Craig rye, and this where is it at? I just had it because I drank a little sip of it because I haven't had it for a while. This one on Big Vic's stream. This one right here, it's 60.5 ABV. Yeah, 60.5. It's a Laws. I tell you what, it's a nice bourbon rye. It's 60.5 ABV. When I first did it, I thought it was a little mellow, but when I got into the third and subsequent sips on that, the rye come through, and the chocolate note that I get on that is really good, and it really got better once it had, I'm gonna say, 2 weeks or so to open up, and I just had another little pour of it because I popped on Big Vic stream for about an hour and made sure everything was working. And anyhow, it was just an interesting discussion listening to Prescription Bourbon there. I was glad to be able to catch one of his streams. I don't normally, I'm not normally able to do that just due to things going on during the day, but I was able to catch his, and I like doing that. I like listening to him, and I like to see what he's got going on and talking to everybody else. Nothing, like I said, nothing particular, nothing fancy or anything like that. But anyhow, I don't know what you guys are got in your glass or what you're doing, but like I said, nothing special. But if you got something you like to just sit back, sip on, relax, and bullshit a bit, this is going to be the place tonight. So I'm going to pour a little more of the Glendronach Ode to the Dark here, and just see where that's going to take me here tonight. I really liked it when I opened it a couple of weeks ago. I liked it this past weekend, sharing it with the family, and I think it's great. C922, ooh, 921. The C921 was my favorite Elijah Craig batch. So I think I've got one open, or I may have finished it, but I've got two in the bunker up top. Somehow, some way, when I was looking for them to replace the one, I forgot I bought one. I'm sure that's happened to you, and you ended up with two in the bunker. That's all right. That's all right. But I do like a little Elijah Craig. And I got to say hello to my favorite guy from across the pond, Mr. Morgan. I hope you are well, sir. Really do. Really great to see you here. Thank you for showing up. It's about, 3 a.m. for you. So you're having a spot of tea, breakfast, or something here this morning. But it's always great to have you here. I've been watching a lot of the news from across the pond to get another take on everything going on over there, James. And yeah, it's pretty crazy over there, especially Ireland. Especially Ireland. It seems like they are ready to make a change in their government over there. That's for darn sure. But sometimes you just get fed up with the bullshit. And like I tell people, that's how we got Trump. They got tired of the liberal bullshit going on and just said, enough is enough. Into my second double. Oh, Hendrick's Gin and Tonic. True. I am a gin person, but I can tell you, it's been a year since I've had any gin. But I had the Fever Tree tonic. Fever Tree, I think it was called Italian lemonade, and the Botanist gin, and it's the dark one. Um, oh, I always forget it, but it's aged, but it's a very dark gin with that Fever Tree tonic water, the Italian lemonade. Oh my goodness. That thing was so good. But my favorite is Bombay Sapphire on the rocks, 3 olives. Take the vermouth, just kind of hold it up, let the glass kind of sit, and then just put it away. Just put it away. Don't even let it come close to it. Man, I could sip them like nobody's business. Nobody's business. Exactly. Exactly. The one I've been listening to from over there is, I think it's Talk. I think it's what it is over there. It's Talk. Sometimes it's morning talk or breakfast talk, but it's Talk something or just Talk. I can't remember, but yeah. Yeah, I'm not 100% on it, but just listening, they're just fed up with government, and who isn't? Over here, over there, no matter where you are, they're just fed up with immigration. They're fed up with hearing that the people themselves are not being taken care of, but yet these immigrants are getting the world. People have been waiting for housing, literally wanting to buy but can't because they're not available or just too far out of their reach for the normal working person. I'm going to have to start looking at some stuff over there as far as on the news, just to get a better understanding of what's what over there. But I like to listen to the pundits, to hear what they have to say about what's going on here and vice versa. And like I said before to you, James, is I was pretty surprised about the status of the fleet, the Navy over there in Britain. And forever and a day, they had one of the most respected naval fleets in the world. I mean, there was almost none better than that. And to hear the status of it was quite surprising. Quite surprising is what happened through the years from the 80s into the 90s and now. I mean, really quite surprising. But the United States was in that same boat too, in the 70s until the early 80s when Reagan came in. The military here was pathetic as far as supply wise, maintenance wise, and things. A lot of stuff was down. So we went through that also. I remember it well. So it's one of those things that happens. But so I've got a little of the Glen Dronich poured in here, the Ode to the Dark. Just want to say thank you for joining me tonight. Appreciate you all being here, and cheers. Yes, I think I heard that term. I think I heard that term right there. Thank you, James. Hmm. And former prime minister, she lasted what, 50 days? And of course, politics booted her out. But she was on that show I was watching, listening to her story and basically government and how sometimes powerless the PM is. And once you get in there and realize how ingrained some of this stuff is, it's really ridiculous. But anyway, no different than here. Dude, I'm telling you what, we have a welding class at the high school I'm at. We teach actually welding, we teach diesel, we teach auto, um, uh, we teach engineering, medical, CAD, um, computers, computer science, computer forensics. I mean, yes, we have the trades. We're waiting to open up the pharmacy section for kids who are interested in that. And so when they go out, they'll have credits towards their certificate or their degree to become like a certified pharmacy tech or something like that, to work in an apothecary. So we need those things in school. And it's a shame that in past years they got away from stuff like that, because we don't have enough people that they don't have enough people to do these things. People still have to work on cars. People still have to fix the diesel engines. People still have to put things together. And we still build things. We still build bridges. We still make buildings. Cars need it. I mean, we need welders. There is a huge shortage. HVAC, there is a huge shortage. Carpenters, there is a shortage. You know, we have an energy program, not only just to learn regular electrical, but wind and solar, even though I am not a fan of each, because they really are not green when you think of all the resources used to make that. So where are you saving anything? And what a bunch of crap. But mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Worth a ticket to find out. If you can weld, you can get a job in Norfolk before breakfast on Monday. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And that's another thing here that's really lacking is shipbuilding. Shipbuilding, the state of our dry docks. I was just looking at an article a couple of weeks ago talking about, you know, we're hurting for places to build ships. So it's like, you know, most of the cruise ships aren't built here. They're built overseas. Oh, that's right. Yes, I forgot about that big long tube underneath the ocean there to get over to France. Woohoo, viva France. Hey, Bourbon Coach. Cheers, sir. Thank you for popping over here and saying hello. Always nice to see you. Appreciate it. I would think shipbuilding in Las Vegas is low. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Our water level dropped another 3 foot in a month. We're at 30% capacity in that lake. And when I got here, oh my gosh, it wasn't completely full, and the bathtub ring was only like 3 feet, 4 feet. And you can see this white mark. Shoot, now you could stand in spots that hadn't seen the light of day in 40, 50 years. Guaranteed. Haven't seen the light of day. Okay, we're not going far. Hey, Paul. Cheers, man. I poured a little Glendronach Ode to the Dark in the glass, if you didn't hear that when you popped in. I opened it 2 weeks ago and tried it, and then took it with me to my parents over the weekend, shared it with my sister and brother-in-law and nephew, and I'm just having a little taste of it. It's a nice whiskey. If you haven't picked any up yet, I would tell you all three of them, the Ode to the Dark, Ode to the Valley, and then Ode to the Ember. They were pretty darn tasty. Pretty darn tasty. And I don't know, Paul, if you picked up this one yet. The Lagavulin 11, the Sweet Peat. Ho, 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 ho. Yes, I would tell you to find this thing and pick that up. That is a lovely drink. A lovely drink. Yes, some of you see I have the Fair Deacon mounted pub sign up. Flag. Yes, I've got that going on here too. You know what? No, not recently, but as you may have remember the news, we've had a few of those barrels pop up with people in them since the lake level has been dropping. That's a no shitter. Oh yeah, yeah. Few people have showed up in there, but I don't think it was mob related. You know what? I'm. It's funny you should mention that. I only briefly skimmed an article on that because I was looking. There's like six groups of people that own things that own a lot of brands, and I'm going to use Diageo as one because I think Diageo has what, six or seven brands underneath that umbrella, and so mm, Beam Santori is like 15 or 16. So I haven't read it yet, dude. I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you. I pinned the link. I said Marty ought to be rolling over from his mid-evening nap at any time, and he'd probably want to have a nightcap or two. What the heck? I don't know. I have to finish reading it, but I don't know. So I don't want to say anything because I don't know, but I do know something is going on, but I don't know. Marty may know. Marty may know. If he comes on, James, he could tell us. I know. I know. But you know what, Sean? 16 is definitely worth 79, but this is a nice sipper. But for 10 more bucks, I gotcha. But let me just say this. If you have the 16, pick up this 11. I don't think you will be disappointed at all, but definitely the 16 versus that, I gotcha. I really do gotcha. No, no, no. I don't think he can. I think he has a confidentiality agreement signed. Oh, oh, I got it. I got it. I got it. Hold on, where is it? Thank you to Mr. Gunderson, because I didn't see it here, but I got some right here to try, Paul. I got some to try right here. So I'm really looking forward to that at some point. But yes, everyone's telling me I got to get some. I got to get some. I got to get some. Well, absolutely, absolutely. You heard Mark likes it as well. Well, I'm sure he does. I'm sure he does. But that boon of cast strength, the people that I've talked to that tried it, they keep saying, "What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for?" One, I didn't have it. Now I've got it. But yeah, I hear it is an outstanding pour. I mean, I should start off when I do that, just get the regular boon of 12, get my palate ready, and then jump on over to the cast strength. Well, excuse the shit out of me. The 25 Buddhist has eluded me. Eluded you is you couldn't find it, or because it's all gone and you cannot find another one to replace the one you finished. Uh, so I got my Lagavulin 11 from Remedy, and it was a gift to me, and I was so excited to get it and so happy. I didn't know it was coming. I got notice out of the blue, and it showed up, and it was 60 US, Paul, here from Remedy, and of course plus shipping. So probably worked out to about 75 bucks, shipping, tax, title, all in. I don't know for sure because I said it was a gift, but it's just in my head doing some numbers. But I like it. I do. I do. But it's a hard sell when you can get the 16 for 79, and 79 for the 16 is a good price for that, because the 16-year-old is great. But boy, this 11 is nice. It's flavorful. I mean, it's your Lagavulin. It really is a good sipper. Really is a good sipper. Oh, hunted and struck out. Ah, gotcha. Okay. Ordered 2 bottles plus the Glen Scotia. I got some Glen Scotia sitting here that I probably should finish. Thank you for jogging my memory. I actually looked at it. Okay. This is the Glen Scotia 12-year unpeated, the Palo Cortado finish. Thank you to Eric. I've got just a little left in here, so I'm going to put that on deck. But let me have a little more of this Glendronach Ode to the Dark. Hey, Northwest Bourbon. Cheers, brother. How are you, Mark? Appreciate you coming over, saying hello, and smashing that like button. I do appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Saying hello to people. That's right. Tell them, do not forget to smash that like button. Like I was saying earlier, we really got to, it just upsets me that I don't see it. And even Mark's, I don't always get. I will get some of Mark's stuff whenever he goes live, but I don't always get them all. And I've got the boxes ticked, so I know. But unfortunately, when he goes, I've hit the rack because I'm calling the hogs, because 0 to 30 hours comes quick for me. I mean, you just seems to lay your head on the pillow there and out, and then boom, it's time to get up. Time to get up. Yeah, Glen Scotia 12. You can't say that too loud, too fast, because there's a guy I know sitting on some islands, and anytime anybody mentions Glen Scotia, his ears ring. Yeah. Them radioactive islands out there in the ocean. For some reason he's working out there. But anyway. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yes, Sean is on as well. I think I did mention earlier Whiskey Wars, but didn't know you were on. Mad Dog was on Whiskey Wars. Yeah. Well, see, that's what I was just saying. Don't understand why people that I know that are subbed and subscribed to all that good stuff, and why this snuck it out. And talking to other YouTubers, it's the algorithm. So the likes that you get, the watches on the video later, the comments in the video after the fact that people watch it or whatever, that type of interaction pushes things forward. But I just don't understand, if I'm subscribed to Northwest Bourbon and I go, I want notifications, why in the hell don't I always get them? Why is it a hit or miss thing? Whiskey 6, they pop up, not every time, but a little more consistent. Scotch Down Under, the majority of the time. Before, it was worse. The majority of the time I get Scotch Down Under. Whiskey Nose, Marty, again, it seems to have moved up a bit. Maybe it's because Marty's getting some more exposure. Same thing with Ken, or the length or the amount of hours Ken has. I don't know. I'm just throwing a dart out there just to see what's what. But it just doesn't make sense sometimes. It just burns my craw. Just burns my craw. Yes, people multitask here, between me, between Big Vic, between Sean. But I feel bad. If I honestly would have known that Sean was on, I probably would have said, oh no. I would have hung out a little bit on Big Vic's, probably popped over on his for a little bit, and then just hung in the background. Like I said, I just feel bad. And neither one of them care about me streaming. I don't mean that in a bad way. Glendronach is overpriced here in Canada. Yeah, Donald Rance has told me about that. It's just ridiculous. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. If those If those, like I'm showing you here, are in that area, no. But at 80 bucks for a bottle, that's US, absolutely. Absolutely buy it. But at 150 in Canadian, no. No. They are good. They are good, but they're definitely not worth it for you at that price. And I'm not trying to talk against them, but at that damn price, oh no. It has nothing to do with us and tariffs. I know that. But yeah, that's just way too much. To me, that's gouging and probably taxes on your end of the world for damn sure. Yeah, yeah, Bikini Islands, Marshall. I knew it was something like that. Marshall Islands. That's where he's hiding. I always say Bikini Islands because island bikini. You know, I don't know, but thank you. Yeah, well, that's true. They do need to tick on that bell, but I make sure I go back and look at that stuff. And I've got that to get the notifications because it asks you, okay, you're subscribed. All notifications are the ones that I think the default is custom or something like that. Yeah, you definitely don't want that because you won't get a damn thing from them. You won't get a damn thing from them. You got to click on that bell. uh, but anyway, so this Glendronach Ode to the Dark, like I said, 80 bucks here in the US is definitely worth it. I love the plummy nose on it, stewed fruit. Yep, 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 yep. But they're a thing on the Marshall Islands too that you probably don't want to like dig too deep. Mm. You know what's funny? My brother-in-law said this, and I think my nephew did. They said to me, says, "Oh, it's peated." I go, "No, this isn't peated." But just for the smallest second there, I thought I got a little wisp of it, but I still think it's barrel char. I don't know what barrels they put this in. I know Pedro Jimenez cask it was finished in, but um, I don't know what barrels they used when they dropped the distillate in the first barrel on there. And it's like, ooh, or was the whole time in the Pedro Jimenez barrels? And what was the char level? Basically, is what I'm saying. I don't know, but it is nice, and I just caught uh, I just caught a little bit of that smoke. Guam is where our cool stuff is, literally and figuratively. My a good friend of mine's son is in the Marines. He's stationed in Hawaii, and he's on his way to the Philippines for a little bit, and then he's going to be redeployed for a while somewhere. I think where everything is getting a little or was getting a little hairy. It just depends. Just depends on how you look at it. But yeah, I don't know why I thought I got a little bit of smoke on this or peat. But that was the first time because I said, this is not a peated whiskey. But this has such a nice mouthfeel. It's such a warm and inviting dram. It has just the right amount of spice coming in. What I say, this was 100 and let me get my eyes focused on this because this purple label and the writing does not work well. Okay, it's 50.8 ABV, so 101.6 proof on this. This is a nice proof point on this. This is a nice proof point on this. I enjoy that for sure. Oh, I'm sure there's a few things down there with some fried fish still floating around in them. Oh, there's some stories to be told, that's for sure. Stories to be told. But this is a nice dram. This is a nice dram. And honestly, I'm going to go back to the other ones, but this one on the backup list in my head, that's getting there to like, man, maybe I want to pick up a backup for this thing. I like it, but I want to try the other ones out and see how that is, because now I'm very selective on what I want to back up. In the beginning when I thought it was good, oh, let me get another one, because 5-6 years ago, certain things were about as scarce as hen's teeth. And when stuff started popping up, you're jumping on it. You're like, oh, I got to get it. I got to get it. I got to get it. And so you got it and you go, oh yeah, I'm definitely like it. I'm going to go get another one. I'm going to go get another one. So you backed up a lot in the beginning when you first start in this journey. Now it's like, no. You've got to really make me go, oh yeah. And I know I've told the story before, but when I got my first Offerman, and the first one I tried was the Guinness, and the guy let me have a little taste of it at the store, and I'm like, okay, and I picked up one, and he goes, you should probably buy the second one because it's the last one we have. He goes, I'm telling you, you're going to like this. I said, yep. And I just took the first one home, and that Offerman, and I had probably 2 glasses out of that, and I was working on the third. And when I set that down, I'm like, went out, and I told my wife, let's go. She said, where are we going? I got to go back and get that second bottle. I says, but I told her, I says, but I'm not driving. You are. Take me back over to the store. And she says, are you blitzed? I said, no, but 3 drams in to go 10 blocks? No. Drive me. She drove me over there. I went in there, and Steve, I told you, and he put it on the counter, and I bought it. Yes, it was at Liquor Lineup, but it was just funny. So I bought it. So I got it. The backup is up there. But I mean, that was one literally sat here into the 3rd dram, and I'm like, oh, I have got to have one. Got to have one. Absolutely. Well, one thing I told him about the Philippines, I go, be careful of the women over there. Sometimes you have to ask specific questions. And be careful. You don't want to bring anybody home. That could really be a surprise. 10 years and older. Oh, okay. Believe me, there's no way I could do that to you, Peter. No freaking way. No freaking way. That's for sure. But I saw you over there on Sean's, but I had Sean on while I was trying to get some things worked out over here. But appreciate you popping in here. And I know you're like, it's Saturday night and Anthony's on. What the hell? Well, I didn't have much to do. And the story is I didn't see Sean's thumbnail. It wasn't on, or I wouldn't have popped on for the time that I did or have been, and bothered with him. And I know Big Vic's on, but it's just one of those things. I felt a little bad, but I know Sean, and I know, like I said, Vic doesn't care. Stream when you want to stream, and most of us do what we always do. We multitask. But finishing up a little Glendronach Ode to the Dark. Gonna move on to something else here. I've got a Glen Scotia 12 year. I think I'm gonna finish off. And then who knows? I'm tempted to open something, and it could be a tamdu. I don't know. I'm tempted to open something. Hmm. 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 Sorry, a little bigger sip than I thought of, but it was very good. Well, they talk a lot. They talk a lot, especially after rum. Yep, yep, yep. But yeah, I think I might have to get rid of that. I say get rid of it, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but I think I should finish off that 12-year-old Glen Scotia. And if Torup comes on, I may open one from him if he pops in here. But this one is one that was dropped off to me by Mr. Gunderson. So I might as well, finish that up. But this is nice. This is a nice dram. But at over $100 Canadian, yeah, I would not buy it for that. I mean, it's just you get to the point where the price is just. It's a good bottle. It is a good bottle, but when you get north of that 100, it's like it needs to be a phenomenal bottle. Phenomenal. No. Oh, I want that. I certainly do. Oh, wait a minute. Shit, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I think I did, and I just didn't think about it till now. I think I even told my wife about it. Hold on. Hold on here, people. I gotta look now. Now I gotta look. Once you said that Heather cast, because it struck a nerve. Hold on. Hold on. I might be able to tell you. I might be able to tell you. Aha. Hold on. Okay. So it's between 80 and about $100 here in the US. Highland Park Heather cask or Highland Park cask strength Heather limited release 2025. Hmm. Yes. Yes. I remember seeing it now. Now I look at the bottle. And I'm trying to remember where in hell it was. I think it was a Total Wine. I think it was a Total Wine. And not that it wasn't on my radar. I thought it was unusual. And I said, oh, look at this. Heather cask. I go, Heather, honey. I go, I like that on there. So there you go. It's about 170. Yeah, it's about 80, between 80 and $100 here in the US. Glen Scotia is rarer than hen's teeth here. Yeah, well, find your total swine. They should have a few. Oh, it's like honey. So heather, honey. Heather's a flower, sweet smelling. So sometimes you'll hear me say, heather, honey. It's hard for me to tell the difference when I talk about it. Fruit bomb, very satisfying. or 3. Yeah. But I can't say you're wrong. I cannot say you're wrong. Mm-mm. Nope. Bingo. Thank you for that. Like honeysuckle. Heather, honeysuckle, honey. Yeah. The notes similar. Similar but different. That's it. Honeysuckle. I didn't even think of that. But that's good. I know I said I was going to finish this, but I got the jib jabbing, so I'm gonna finish it now. Mm-mm-mm. Man, that is a tasty, tasty little drop. Truthfully is. I'm glad I got it. You know, my wife's the one though that picked these 3 out. I was looking at Ode to the Dark and then Ode to the Ember because of the peat. And so I had it in my hand and they had the other 2 there. And they go, well, you might as well pick up the other 2. And I'm like, and my wife's like, oh, shut up and get it. So I didn't buy them. She bought them for me. So that's how they came to be in my possession. She bought them for me. I think I've told the story. Okay, I am going to pour the Glen Scotia finished in the Palo Cortado cask. I'm going to finish that off next. I feel like prescription bourbon. I'm finishing off these little bits of things here that I got. And like, okay, well, I'll finish this off. Oh, I'll finish that off. There we go. There we go. Let's empty that out. It's empty. Perfecto. In the glass here. Cheers, everyone. I will say this. Big difference from the Glendronach I was drinking, Ode to the Dark, and then coming over to this. Much lighter flavor profile with the Glen Scotia. It's good. It's good. But boom, I mean, you go from right to left quickly or left to right quickly. However you lean, you figure it out your way. I'm good with it. But yeah, big difference. Oh, that Klein leash. Yes. That Klein leash that Peter has. Yes, without a doubt. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm. But this is very nice. This is very nice. Mm. Now, I don't know if it was because of what I was drinking, but a very nice, almost butterscotch caramel type of a note on that. Holy smokes! I gotta look at this again. Palo Cortado finish. So I know it's a sherry, but wow, I don't think I've gotten that. But boy, that was unexpected on that sip right there. Was not expecting to get that on there, but anyhow. So in about 4 weeks, let me look at it here. It will officially be camping season, aka caravan season. So I will be getting the trailer set up. Yep, that'd be about right. right in about mid-May, getting that set up and seeing how it goes. Last year, due to just everything going on here and issues we were having, I never moved it out of storage. I just left it where it was and went up once or twice just to check on things. And we're going to pop up next weekend, Saturday, just run up for the day and pull some stuff out, launder it, get it ready for the setup day, and cross our fingers that nothing broke in, well, hadn't used it last year, just getting there, so a year and a half since we were last in it on a regular basis. So we will see how that is. So crossing our fingers. I'm optimistic that it will be just fine. But with the community shipping and Rob's discount, it was around $210 all in. Ooh, well, see, that's what I like. That's what I like. See, I told you. You say Glen Scotia? What did I tell you guys about saying that word? And he heard me saying I'm drinking the Glen Scotia 12-year Palo Cortado finish. And it's like his ears were ringing. His ears were ringing. I knew what would happen. I knew what would happen. He would wake up from his little nappy poo and go, "Did I hear Glen Scotia? Did I hear Glen Scotia?" It's like talking Lagavulin. Ken's ears start ringing down under. Doc Swenson, Glen Scotia, free meal with whiskey. It works. Yeah. See, what did I tell you guys? What did I tell you? Do I know this shit or what? Do I know this shit or what? There he is. Always glad to have him here. Really, always glad to have him here. Mm-mm-mm. Wow. That is a nice finish on that whiskey. That's a nice finish on that whiskey. Like I said, that caramel type of a butterscotch. I don't think I've gotten that, honestly. I don't think I've gotten that. It's on the finish, mostly on the retro hail, where a little bit of that caramel, like butterscotch note comes up for me. But that's all right. It's good. Very good. He should get a lifeguard gig, without a doubt. He should get a lifeguard gig, without a doubt. As much time as he spends on that beach, without a doubt. Let me get a little sip of water here. Because I just want to see if that comes back. Like I said, I don't know if it was because of what I was drinking before that caused that note to appear. It's definitely not off-putting. I enjoy it, but just kind of want to know. But I don't have any more to test that theory and have it before anything else. Oh well. I could put a Glen cap on this and try it tomorrow. I could, but I'm not. Mm. It's nice. And there it is. There it is. Oh, well, I'll take my hypothesis. Just say it was because I was drinking the Glendronach prior Ode to the Dark, but definitely not disappointing. Definitely not disappointing. But so, yeah, we got to start getting some stuff ready for camping season. And I got to go over a list of things to pick up at the store and start procuring that over the next few weeks. And then, not to mention just some normal cleaning stuff, because I've got to clean the roof off. I got to treat the roof and the awning, and just, wash the crap out of the outside, and hoping that there's no invaders in there from a year and a half of not being used. I've been very fortunate for the last 10 years. I think I've only had invaders once, but other than that, no. Yes, sir, you are correct. Yes, you are. A Saturday. I'll go here for a little bit more. Whiskey Wars is on, but I was actually thinking of you. Did you get that information I text you, Andrew? So you knew where to procure that bottle of Lagavulin? Because I haven't seen it here in Vegas yet. And I don't know if you've seen it anywhere, but I have not seen that Sweet Peat at 11 year. But if you ordered it, that's where mine came from. Let's see, saw the rye. The description is tempting. A lot of whiskey is tempting. A lot of whiskey is tempting. You know, you read something or you hear something, then you find a bottle and you read, it's like, yeah, I know. It's all tempting, but we're just selective more now. I mean, you know, we have limited funds and we have whiskey. It's not like we have a shortage of the stuff. And like I said, I don't just buy backups because it's, oh my God, it's good. I got to get another one. I got to get another one. No, it's really got to make me go, holy shit, I got to get another one. So yeah, I'm trying to remember what was the last one I bought a backup of. Oh, Tail of Ice Cream. Tail of Ice Cream. That was the last one I bought a backup of. As a matter of fact, I bought the first one and I said, get me another one. Let me know when it comes in. Get me another one. Took them a couple of weeks, but they got it and I got the backup. I liked it. If I remember right, Torup, he wasn't a fan of it. I dropped off a sample to him. He wasn't a big fan of it. And that's okay. Sometimes you are, sometimes you aren't. Thank you, sir. I do appreciate that. I do appreciate it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to tell my wife you agreed with me. She doesn't agree with me. Usually I lose, but it's okay. It's okay. Well, like I said, I sent you that link so it can arrive to your doorstep if they still have it, and it's $60. $60. Oh my gosh, yes. Uh, you're picking up another Ardbeg tank? Yes, I haven't seen that shit here yet. Well, that's it. That's where I'm at. That is exactly where I'm at. The whiskey has got to make me go, oh shit, or enough to when I take the first couple sips, have a dram, and go, oh shit. And so now it's not that I'm going to buy. It's like, oh shit, this might be backup worthy. And then after a few more drams, it's like, oh shit, I better go find another one. So I got it. That's where I am at with whiskey. And yes, if you pop in somewhere and it's $20 off, 25, you know what I'm saying? You go, oh shit. Okay, at that price, I don't even have to think about it anymore. You pick up another bottle. But I'm just selective now. I just don't, and even though I like them, it's got to be something that I want. It's got to be something that makes me go, oh man, yeah, I've got to have this back. I've got to have this backup. Oh shit. Ugh. Yeah, I understand that. So, my cousin lives in Arlington. So, yeah, that commute, and I've been to DC several times, but last time I was there was in the early 1990s. I was at a fraternity conclave that happened to be down there, and I was the delegate out of Ohio, so I had to go down. She met me, there and took me around DC and went to some restaurants and I know we drank, but yeah, she drove me around. We said, oh, there's the Washington Monument. Yeah, Big Ben Parliament. Let's go to the bar. Let's go to the restaurant. Let's eat. You know. But anyway, but that was the last time I was literally in Washington D.C. It was very early 90s. I'm saying 1990. I'm thinking, give or take, and I'm thinking, how the hell did I get down there? I flew. I had to think, how did I get there? I flew down. It's like, 'cause I know I didn't drive. I darn well know I didn't drive. So, it's a mess on that highway or freeway, particularly trying to get out at rush hour. What is that? 6 lanes of just nothing but stopped cars sometimes. Ugh, gosh. It's not there. Andrew has been making the rounds. It's definitely not there. He would have sent me a picture with a bottle and a price. But I got it from Remedy. Remedy? Yeah, something like that. So I have a bottle. Um, oh, give me just a second. Let me look here because my backups are on the top shelf. A lot of the backups I have are of Elijah Craig releases, like uh, I'm just giving this example, A120 or A126. Let me think. Yeah, B526. I haven't bought a release like that from Elijah Craig since 21. I have backups of Bardstown, Discovery series, and Fusion series up there because I really enjoyed them. I think I'd go up to maybe Fusion or Discovery. Well, Discovery 5 I did not like, so I damn well don't have a backup of that shit. But I think I've got Disco 1, Disco 2, 4, 6, Fusions. I don't think there was any of them that I really thought were bad. Um, Lagavulin and the Offerman, I mentioned that. The Tale of Cake, or excuse me, Tale of Ice Cream. I never owned Tale of Cake, but I think that's why I want that. Um, I know I'm missing something, and I can't think of it. Oh, I've got Two Wellers Foolproof. Was a mistake. Not that I don't like it. Just I don't know why I bought the second one or got the second one. I did, so I have a backup of that. But they're both picks. Um. Oh. E.H. Taylor, small batch. Uh. E.H. Taylor, single barrel. I've got that. Don't ask me why I froze up, but we do have a windstorm going on here, and so the internet could be a little jinky. So just so you all know. Hey, 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 look at Mike. Cheers, man. That's twice in one night. Hope you are doing well. Glad to see you. Thank you for popping in here, man. Been a minute. But altogether, 2, 4, 6, just a, oh, I forgot. Craig Alecky, 13. The Craig Alecky 13. Well, I think I'm already into the backup, but I had 2 backups of the Craig Alecky 13 in finished in Armagnac, I think is what it was. And I think I'm down to 1. I want to say I have a backup of the Craig Alecky 17 also. So just off the top of my head, it's a wild ass guess. I probably have about 20 backups of different things. I could be wrong. I probably am, but I'm feel safe to say about 20 about 20 backups on that, Paul, of different ones, and mostly it's bourbon. And I know people are shocked because they always hear me talking about Scotch, but it's bourbon that I have the most backups of. So I'm just trying to jog my memory. I don't have any backups of Redwood Empire. Yeah, no backups of Redwood Empire. Oh shoot, the Highland Park. The Highland Park. I'm on my backup now. The Viking Heart, the 15. So I finished this. The backup's up there. So now I'm increasing one, and I just saw another one. This one. This is a Total Wine brand, but it's a Russian River rye. And I know it's a 90 proofer, and I'm a proofy bitch, but this was really good. But it's batch 1. It's batch 1. And when I first bought it, I really liked it. So I went to get it, and I saw batch 2, batch 3. So I waited, and somehow, some way, another batch 1 come up. But I've had this for probably about 5 years. I just haven't opened it. But I went through this first bottle like a fat kid on a Sunday. I mean, this thing was just magnificent. I really, really liked it. And I think this is a Redwood Empire is who makes this, because the damn bottle's the same. And if I remember correctly, if I had grabbed that cork out of the Emerald Giant and this was open, you could just pop that right in here and it would look like it belonged. And now that I stand up, I got a shitload of backups for Smoke Wagon. Smoke Wagon Straight. I've got a 9. So now I'm jumping up now. So let me just revise that and say about 25 backups now that you're making me think. Oh shit, Lagavulin, the 9, the Game of Thrones. That's sitting up there. I got another one down there. So boy, shit, it's just increasing. So let me just safe to say, let me just bump that number up to 30. 30 backups between Elijah Craig, Bardstown, Lagavulin, Highland Park, E.H. Taylor, Weller's. Now I have Booker's, but I have no backup of the Booker's. Oh shit, Yellowstone. I just looked up there because I saw the empty bottle there and went, oh shit, there. Um, Remus 5. I have the backup up there. The original's gone. So Remus 5, that's sitting up there unopened. Do you remember the Maker's Mark FAE01? I think it's FAE01. The backup is up there. Holy crap. Sorry, I'm laughing because, this is like, oh shit, I got this, I got that. Now the number's increasing. I think that is Talisker Storm up there in the box, so that's a backup. Damn it, Paul. Oh, McKenna, this one. I know there's a backup. Shit. Here we go. This one here, I got a backup because it's important when you find one you like to find the barrel or the dump date and stuff like that so you can get the same one, because I've had some that they're good but nowhere near as good as the one that you got rid of. So I want to make sure I have that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I have a few backups, so I don't need any more. But there you go. There you go. Yeah. Oh my gosh. You really got me go down a rabbit hole on stuff like that, Paul. How many backups you got? I never really thought about it until you asked me. And then samples. Oh crap. I bet you I have 80 to 100 samples that people have dropped off here, and I'll take a lot of those up north with me when I go camping because they are so much easier for me to put in a shoebox, put a lid on it, and keep them organized while I'm up there. Because believe it or not, stacking bottles, I'll take a couple of bottles up there and leave them so I'm not always, unless there's something I want. But shoot, I've got a few backups, and who knows? Oh shoot, Eagle Rare. I know what that bottle is, and there's two of them sitting up there. But I bought those at like 35, 39 bucks a piece back when they were reasonable. And I know I have one open, so I've got a backup for the backup there. I got to stop looking. Oh, yeah, no, shit. Do I have three? Are you kidding me? Maybe I got three Eagle Rare. There's one there, one there. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Anyway, wow. That's what happens. That is what happens. But so that's why I said I'm just more selective on the things I get now. I just don't, I'm just not running and buying things and then going, oh, it's good, I got to get a backup. I just don't. I just don't have the room. I just don't have the room for all that. But anyway, let me finish this Glen Scotia here. Hey, 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 I thought I saw you. What is up, man? Cheers. Appreciate you being here. Glad to have you coming in, saying hello, smashing the like button and all that good stuff. Really appreciate you. Yes, I know it's throwing you off because I'm on a Saturday, but trying to help out Mr. Morgan there across the pond a little bit there. Just changing up his morning. Very early in the AM over there. Mm-mm-mm. Wow. That's such a nice finish on that whiskey. I know I've said it a couple times already, but it really is. It's such a nice finish. Mm-mm-mm. Okay. All right. Now I'm thinking, what do I want to have next on this thing? What do I want? I'm just checking something here because I'm seeing a little sketchiness on my end when it comes to the internet. Like I said, we're having a heck of a windstorm, and tomorrow it's like 30-mile-an-hour sustained wind all day. So, see, and I don't know why I'm losing the camera, but that's okay. You know, it's just one of those stupid things that happen. But I am okay with not having a actual picture because something's losing, because I'm looking at the camera and I have a monitor on the camera. So when I look at the monitor, I'm seeing what the camera sees. So why isn't it feeding over to YouTube? I don't know. But I've had this happen before. And yep, I do what everyone says. I've already rebooted everything before I started. Everything's updated that I know of. But stupid crap happens, particularly whenever I got a windstorm getting ready to pick up over here. But anyway, that's okay. So I am sipping on some Glen Scotia, 12-year-old unpeated, finished in Palo Cortado cask. This was from, I'm holding it up like you can shit and see. Sorry. Mr. Gunderson dropped that off here, and so I just had enough in there to get rid of that sample. But that's what I'm gotten. But if you want to drink a bourbon, you want to drink a rye, you want to have a glass of wine, you want to have a bottle of water, you have whatever you want. Whatever you want. So let me just see something. Nope, didn't come back yet. Just thought I'd take a look. But that's okay. You can see my E.H. Taylor there and smiling from ear to ear like a jackass eating Greenbrier on a sunny spring day. I like E.H. Taylor. I like the small batch. It's always consistent and good. And it's another good sipper, particularly if you can find that thing for, under $50. I just saw it at in Yuma. I think it was 55 or 59. So I'm going to just say $60. It's okay. If I needed one, like I said, $40, $20 over for me, I'm good with. But when it was $100 a bottle a while ago, yeah, I wouldn't buy that. So that's why when the prices were low and I liked it and I was on the thing, I need a backup, boom, there you go. That's how I got the extra ones. Exactly. That's what this is about. So just get something that you just want to you want to sip on, listen to me bullshit and chat with other people like that. That's what it is for tonight. It wasn't anything special. I'm not going to go on forever because I feel bad about being on when Sean's on and Big Vic. But like I said, I know they don't care, but Sean was the one that kind of got me because I never got the notification and I didn't see his thumbnail. And which I thought was kind of unusual, but you know what? Who knows? But anyway, but yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm just pouring some things. I'm sitting back here. I'm just having a little BS session with everybody. Just like we're sitting at the pub, shooting the shit, talking about whatever. That's what we're doing here for a little while longer. So do the same thing, revisit them, see what you think. That's what I did with the Glendronach Ode to the Dark. I opened that 2 weeks ago, and then I took it with me this past weekend and shared it with some family. And man, it just was a nice dram. Okay, that's done. That was good. Very, very good. So let's see here. Let me get a little sip of water. Are you all primarily drinking bourbon? Everybody here? Um, Not that I mean I don't care. I might not switch. However, I'm looking at a uh, going back and revisiting this J&M cigar blend that I got from Torup. I thought it was good, but what they're asking for them on the price of some of these, no, no. And speaking of, his ears had to have been ringing too. Mr. Reyes, good evening, sir. Hope you are doing well. Appreciate you popping in here. I just finished the last bit of a Glen Scotia 12-year, finished in Palo Cortado, and I am deciding what's what. Oh, a Glenfarclas 15. I have a Glenfarclas here. Hold on. Damn it. So oh shit, I'm holding it up like anyone could see. I'm like, oh, the label's faded. It was a sample from Eric, and I know he's not in there. I would say, okay, it looks like a Glenfarclas. It is sherry, but I can't figure out what it is. 43 ABV, but anyway, so I got that. I finished the Glenfarclas to 21-year-old. That went down really good. I know I got another one here. I have one from the UK that they did during the pandemic. Glenfarclas 25, London edition. Again, like you all can see this, but I've opened it before I poured it. But you know what? Since you have the Glenfarclas 15, I am going to go ahead and pour a little of the Glenfarclas 25 London edition. It comes in at 50.55 ABV. So I do believe the story goes this was done to help the servers during the pandemic over there in England to help raise some money for them because like everywhere else, a lot of the restaurants were shut down. People could not go in and order any food. So this was a release to help support that. And I got a little taste of it. And so I always just need someone to prod me to go to it. And it's one of the samples I keep right here. And I'm just kind of looking to see what else. It's not that it's been open. So it's not like that's going to stop me, but I'm looking to see Lafroig Elements. Okay. That's good, but I don't know if I want to go to peated. A Macallan 12, finished in sherry. Oh, what is this? Hunter Lang? Oh yeah, Hunter Lang, Campbelltown, Journey. Okay, multi. Yeah, that might have a little touch of peat. Copper and King's bourbon, apple brandy finish. Ooh, Found North. Oh, okay. No, I'm going to pour some of this 25-year-old Glenfarclas. That's what I shall do. Ben, cheers, brother. Always great to see you. Appreciate you popping in. Thank you very much. And smashing that like button. And say hello while you're here. Thank you. Yeah. I'm going to pour a little bit of that right now. Let me just rinse out one of these glasses here real quick with a little water. Mm-mm-mm. All right, put that back over there. All right, let's pour a little of that in here. Yeah, so for some reason YouTube's going a little batty, and my monitor's showing me for my camera, but it's not going to YouTube, James. So what I did is I just took it off, because see, this is what's happening. So for some reason it's not being cooperative. Don't know why. So here we are. So I just put that up and holding an E.H. Taylor rather than having to look at that other crap. And I don't know why. So like I said, I have a monitor up. The monitor mirrors what my camera is streaming. Yeah, exactly. Everyone is. Everyone's not worried. It's like a true podcast or a true radio broadcast. And I do have a face for radio. That's for darn sure. So there we go. So I have a little in here now. And like I said, I just do not know why it's decided to be obstinate. Sometimes it would if it gets too warm, but that's not the case, because I keep its own cooling system running and supplemental, so I don't have an issue. But it's just one of those things where crap happens on a live stream. Oh well, that's just how it goes. That's just how it goes. Exactly. Nobody gives two shits as long as I'm bullshitting and we all have a dram or a cup of coffee or whatever the beverage of choice is. So, but yep, so I've got the Glenfarclas 25 London edition. It has such a good nose. I love the maltiness on this Glenfarclas. I really, really do. It's so inviting. So I'm going to use the term honeysuckle, heather on the nose. But it's such a beautiful vanilla cake-like note with that sweet, sweet aroma. And like I said, at 50.5 ABV, you cannot go wrong with it. You just can't. It's phenomenal. All right, I'm going to sip here. Sorry. Really a good sipper, honestly. Wow. I can't show you, but beautiful, thick legs coming down off of from the sides of the glen that I'm drinking it out of right now. Good viscosity. Pear note with a touch of citrus, but definitely that honeysuckle, honey, heather type of lingering sweetness on the palate. I wish I had a bottle of this stuff. This is fantastic. This is fantastic. This is something that you would definitely want to share with somebody who appreciates a good scotch and would enjoy this experience, to taste this distillate for how it was blended, for what that blender did with this whiskey. It is really, really good. Really good. And I'm trying to be descriptive for you all so you understand it's really, really good. I know. I'm a smartass. Okay. I got it. But they did a fantastic job. And it was for a very good cause why this came out. I'm highly supportive of that. Highly supportive of that. Mm, mm, mm. Mm. Yeah, you can't go wrong with this. Cannot go wrong with this at all. So as I'm sipping the last sip of this, I've got a little bit more in the Glen. Where am I going to go next? Where am I going to go next? What did I put in front of me? Glen going? I'm just looking at what is literally in front of me. So here's an interesting one. Copperworks American Single Malt, matured in a 200-year-old sherry butts. I can't be reading that right. Eric, are you still in the stream? And did you pop back yet? Because this is one from him. But it does look like 200-year-old sherry butts on here. 100 proof. Copperworks American Single Malt. Color cask. COLOR cask. Wow. Interesting. Very, very interesting. You know what? So Paul mentioned this. The Highland Park, the Heather cast strength Heather cask. And I did see it. I had a moment. Yeah, Highland Park single malt Heather cask strength whiskey. I can't hold the phone up to show you a picture because it's not going to come through. Correct. Yeah, he won't mind. He won't mind at all. You're absolutely correct. But that's the next one that I'm going to have to go get. It's about $90. I'm looking online right now just at some of the prices because I was trying to say it correctly. And I actually saw it, but it didn't register. And I thought, oh, that's interesting. And I said, is that an NAS? To which it was. And I says, it's probably got everything I like. And I probably shouldn't pass it up, but I just didn't pick it up because it wasn't specifically on my radar. But boy, it's on my radar now. That's for darn sure. For under $100, I'll do it because I think they got it at Benny's Beverage Depot for sure. And I'm sure you can get it at Remedy. So if you need it delivered. And I know I saw it at Total Wine because that's where I was when I do believe I eyeballed it. And I think it was like $85 there. I think it's 63 ABV. Let me look it up here real quick. Yeah, Highland Park Cask Strength Heather Single Malt Scotch coming in at 63.6 ABV. Heather infused peat, rich, aromatic, and intense. It balances fragrant smoke with deep sherry sweetness, powerful yet smooth and harmonious. And I normally don't read stuff like this, so I don't have preconceived notions. But I'm interested in this one. Extremely interested in this one. So that's the one that's right now is on my radar. And depending upon where I am tomorrow, being I do have an outing with the wife, it is a possibility I may stop. I may stop to go ahead and pick up one of those if I find it. But that being said, I'm on the opposite side of town. I might try that Total Wine over there or go to Corey's since I'll be over that way. And because, it's funny. Total Wine on the south end versus Total Wine on the north end where I am, they have totally different things there. If I go to the one in the west, Summerlin, boy, do they have some different things there. And if you go to the one on Las Vegas Boulevard past south of Mandalay Bay, there, man, they've got some museum pieces. But because tourists would go there, they get some of the real premium stuff. Like when I got selected to be able to purchase the Weller 12, I had to go to that store on the strip to get it. As a matter of fact, the Weller 12 Special Reserve, and I think both foolproof Wellers that I had to go there. And now, unless it's something I specifically want, and if I'm given the opportunity to buy, I am extremely selective because I really don't want to travel to that store. I loathe the strip. Loathe the strip. I cannot stand the strip. So I try to avoid it like the plague. I know you find that hard to believe, but it's true. I try to avoid it like the plague. Exactly. And it's a tourist trap. However, the prices are similar, whether you're on the strip, whether you're there, whatever. So even the, what I call them, the museum pieces that are in there, they are not, terribly priced for what I've seen some things go for. So they're pretty much retail plus, but it's not terrible. So I give Total Wine those kudos. But it's just the fact I just don't want to drive down there. It's not so bad if I can go on a weekend morning and just get on the road, drive the 25, 30 miles, get what I need, and back on this side of town within the hour, give or take. But yeah, I just loathe going there, James. Just loathe it. So, but being I'm over there, there is a slim to none chance, that I will go. Yes, and I'm not working there anymore, so I have no reason to frequent that shithole. Sorry. No. N-O. Okay. That delicious dram is officially gone. And that was the Glen Farkless 25 London edition. And that was a true pleasure to consume. It really was. Really, really was. And I have to put that back over here because once it's gone, it's gone. And those that know what I'm talking about. So, all right, let me get a sip of water here. And what am I going to have next? You know, maybe I should have some Bunnahabhain 12 cast strength just for Paul and Peter and Donald. Bunnahabhain 12 cast strength coming in at 56.47. It's kind of odd, but 47 ABV. But I'm going to take a quick glance here again to see if there's something else I should pour down the gullet before that. I have some couple of faded labels here, and it's like, shit. Oh, well. I'm going to open the Bunnahabhain 12 cast strength. I'm going to do it. Oh, my gosh, Vegas Art. I was just thinking about you because I'm going to be up in Boulder City tomorrow. And it's so funny. You pop on here, and I was thinking about you and thinking about Corey's and then maybe getting Total Wine while I'm up on that end of town. And that's true. If I do, I use Sinatra a lot to zip up and zip down, or I'll even go a couple blocks further west, hit Trop, come over, or Spring Mountain and come up, depending upon where I am going. Oh, absolutely. When I worked, the strip between Monte Carlo, aka now the park, I always traveled the back. I never went up and down the strip. The only time I went up and down the strip is when I worked over at the Flamingo. And and I only crossed the strip once, and I would cut through Caesar's Palace to come to the back and hang a right and then head back to the north side of town. Absolutely. But yeah, other than that, I loathe the strip. Loathe it. And if I avoid it like the plague. The plague. But, like I said, over 20 years working on it, I don't need to see it. I've never been to Fontainebleau. Never been to Fontainebleau. I saw it when it was dirt. I saw it being built for years. I saw it kind of half-assed mothballed, but I haven't returned there. Just haven't. Matter of fact, I'm trying to remember the last time I was at Monte Carlo, Park MGM now. Had to be 2016. I'm thinking 2017. Because I never got to see Park Theater finished. When I was there, we were tearing all of that out, still building the the arena opened just after I left because they forced me to go back there on opening day and work. So I was there for the opening of T-Mobile Arena when was it Guns N' Roses was the opening act there. So yeah, they made me come back and work, and I was on the construction site for Park Arena with a bunch of PR people, but it was a good vantage point for the fireworks display that they had when they opened T-Mobile Arena. So that was a plus. That was a plus. Yeah, I haven't been to Corey's in a minute, so that's why I'm kind of thinking about it. That's why I'm thinking about it. Oh, I'm opening it right now. I just had a little trouble figuring out what end to open because it's sealed. And I had to take my special bottle opener from that I got from Spyderco, and I'm gonna have to use it again. Sorry. There we go. Because this method that Mr. Gunderson used to seal this thing is sticking quite well. And it's just electrical tape. I think he got it from Peter. That's where I think he got this tape from. Holy smokes. My gosh, people are all excited. VGK must have won a frickin' game, and so that puts them in the playoffs. Them pieces of shit couldn't get out of their own way. So I don't know why these jackasses are getting so excited over the frickin' Golden Knights going to the playoffs. The pieces of shit frickin' could lose their shoes if they were frickin' tied to their own feet. If you didn't know, I'm not a VGK fan at all. But oh my God, these bandwagon jumpers kill me. Well, that's just it. These states thought that they were going to have such a windfall and get, approved gaming and all this stuff there. And oh my gosh, life is going to be so good. But they forget about the ills that come with gaming, and they think, oh, we're going to get all this money. Well, guess what? At some point, it wears off. Okay, the attraction to Vegas, it's Las Vegas. That's it. It's Las Vegas, or it's Atlantic City. Okay, but the biggest place to come and gamble, to see the sights, to walk the strip where some famous people were, is Las Vegas. It's not Michigan. Did Dean Martin play at any of the casinos in Michigan? Well, I can guarantee you the Rat Pack played at the Flamingo, the Sahara, for sure. For sure. So yeah, there's a lot of history, and people all over the world got to go to Vegas. You got to go to Vegas. You got to go to Vegas. So that being said, but yeah, I have to bust their chops, these bandwagon jumpers. But there are a few that I give some breaks to because they didn't have a football team before they got the Raiders, and then they got the Raiders, they got the Knights, and they're all excited now. The Oakland A's are coming. They're building a stadium. They tore down Tropicana to build the stadium. I don't want to give a dime of my money to anyone to build a stadium to bring their team here and basically run a business, and me support half of the building they use to do it. Let me ask you this. If any of you wanted to start a business here anywhere, how many taxpayers are going to get together to help you pay for your building? So before, I'm going to say PNC Park, but it's not PNC Park anymore. It was Heinz Field. Sorry, it was Heinz Field, and now it's Azuron or something like that stadium. Okay. When they were going to tear down Three River Stadium before I left Pennsylvania, I voted no. No taxpayer money on that bullshit. The Rooneys or whoever can come up with the money they need to build their business and build their building. Okay? Why are we going to spend taxpayer money? Why? That vote actually passed. We said no. City Council somehow, some way overturned all of that bullshit, and then boom, they got the stadium. Well, I moved out in 98, so it didn't make a difference. I didn't have to pay for any of it. But I still have a strong thing that says, I don't care what sports team wants to come here, but don't ask me for my money to build your business. You reach down in your pocket, you put your John Henry on that freaking dotted line, you borrow the money, or you hawk your wares, whatever it is you got to do, and you build your own damn business, your stadium, whatever it is. If it's successful, great. If it fails, that's how it goes. You go bankrupt. But why should I have to pay a dime of my money for a freaking baseball team? Don't give a shit. Definitely don't give a shit about the Raiders. Never even been to that stadium. Never been to that stadium. Been past it, but never been to that stadium. Yeah. And I forget. So I had to go to T-Mobile Arena one other time. I literally had to go inside, other than when it was my parking lot. And they forced the employees, and I say forced, they forced the employees to come back and park. Okay, so I had to park at Bellagio, and some people had to park at MGM. Some people had to park over down at Mandalay Bay. So they wanted to simulate the egress and entrance into there and what it was like. So in other words, so they put so many people here, put so many there, and we were all MGM employees. We go there. They give you a ticket. You can get like a drink or something like that. But, to use the system, to tax the system, to see how things work. And I forget what singer they brought in there. She was a famous country singer. And Tom just jogged my memory when he said was talking about Shania Twain. Wasn't her. God. Wasn't Carrie Underwood, but it was actually somebody famous. But anyway, they forced me to go back. So I picked up a friend of mine. He came over, just jumped into my truck, and we all drove down to Bellagio, parked, took the tram over and everything. Did the dog and pony show bullshit. And was it nice? Sure. But remember, it was my parking lot. I got pictures of me inside there, up in nosebleed heaven, taking a picture of them putting in the ice rink. And I said, well, I know we're going to get a professional hockey team because they're not going to spend that money and spend those millions of dollars and put in a rink like that and not think a professional hockey team isn't coming to Vegas. Ta-da! There it was. But anyway, so I just have this thing. But you know what? To my knowledge, there was no tax money put into T-Mobile Arena. That was MGM and I can't remember the production company that put it up. But anyway, that's how that got built. That's how the park got built, and then tore down the Monte Carlo, the original front that people knew, and then put in all the restaurants and everything, and then finished Park Theater. So anyway, sorry, you all got me ranting on my little things there, and I got people blowing up my phone because, oh my gosh, VGK won a game. Kiss my ass. VGK ain't worth a pot to piss in. Exactly. Oh, Penn's lost today. I think to the Capitals. I think Brian and I were talking about that. They lost to the Capitals. Pretty much all their starters got a hangnail or something and couldn't play. So the bench warmers came in, and I guess they held them, but they just couldn't last. Oh, well, that's just how that shit goes, Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. But that's how it is. Oh my gosh. How did I miss Independent Joe in here? Hey, cheers, brother. If you're still here, Richie Z. Yes, 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 yes. It's an impromptu thing for a little longer. I just poured a little Bunnahabhain 12 cast strength. I'm just kind of letting it do its thing here. Um, Paul's interested in that because I know he's got a stake in the game. And I told him when he was talking about it before, I says, I think I got that. I think I got that. And I sure enough did. And I got some in the glass. It smells terrible, Paul. I just want you to know, it smells terrible. Absolutely terrible. You won't like it. Oh, terrible. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. My parents told me all about the stork that flies in and brings the babies, Joe. The stork told me. But anyway, so now I got the Boona 12 cast strength in the glass. The nose is absolutely exceptional. It's right along the lines there of that Glen 25 that I was just touting here. The London edition, beautiful nose in the cast strength. Hardly can tell that it's a cast strength. You get a little ethanol on the nose, just a tad bit of ethanol. Hey, Josh, cheers, sir. Always great to see you. Thanks for popping in and smashing that like button. And sorry you're looking at the avatar, but for some reason YouTube decided to stop sending my camera feed. My camera's working because I'm looking at the monitor with my face on it, but it won't send it. Something's going crappy, but we have a lot of wind here in Vegas. So maybe there is a little bit of something going on. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt, but I do doubt it. Isn't that something when you don't have something like that for a while and you pull them out and you go, damn it, I haven't had these in a while. And you go back to them and you go, holy smokes, what was wrong with me? What am I doing? Why did I do that? So that's why I do that gone but or forgotten but not gone series. And I gotta do a stream of that and bring up some whiskeys that I haven't touched in a minute. They're good, but because we get so many more, we got other things in front of them, and they just kind of get pushed to the back. Just kind of get pushed to the back. You're sending me the receipt in that case? Okay. But oh my gosh, the nose really is good. So just a touch of ethanol, so you get a little bit of that tingle on the nose when you're nosing it on here. I'm looking at the legs here coming off of it. Very clean on this thing, very clean. Legs seem to be slow coming down the side of the glass. They're not in a hurry at all. Well, that is definitely Bunnahabhain on the palate. Thank you, sir. I was just going to say that. Appreciate that. Thank you, James. Yes, it's been a minute since I did that, so this will be the fifth one. And how I know is I was looking at something today, and I saw that stream. Either it was July or January, so July of 25 or January of 26. But yeah, I do have to do another one of those. Forgotten, but not gone. So I took the first sip of this Boona 12. Give me a second here. Let me get another sip in to see what really comes out. I don't have the batch 4. I have the batch 2 on that, but it is amazing. And I need to pull that out for the Forgotten but Not Gone stream. Because I really do like that Highland Park cast strength. So I just had the second sip of the Boona 12. It is Bunnahabhain, just like you would think. If it's a regular Boona 12, it's Bunnahabhain 12. But the cast strength definitely has some spice to it. You can feel it on the tongue. It is not off-putting, but you know, it's like a nice. I'm just gonna say it's like a nice rye spice to it. Citrus on the finish, a little citrusy on the finish, but sweet vanilla bread on the palate, warm and inviting. Um, I I don't know if it's like a stewed fruit, something along that line, but it's very warm and pleasant when I'm sipping on it. I don't know how to explain it. I don't. Let me get another sip here to kind of figure this out a moment. Give me just a moment. Yeah, Ben, little technical difficulties here. It has nothing to do with my camera. It's YouTube being a snot, I guess. So I'm not sure. I'm going to be on the other end of town. If I do get back in time, yes. So plan on it. However, if you don't see a thumbnail about an hour or two before, probably not, but I should be back by that time. I should be back by that time. But like I said, I got to travel to the other side of the world where Vegas Art is. I'm going over that way uh, tomorrow morning around 10 o'clock. So, anyway, Lord willing and the creek don't rise. Let me get this other little sip here, and I'm just going to take a pause, be quiet for a moment, and see what comes up here. Doesn't make sense because my camera, Ben, I'm looking at the monitor and my picture's there. So the monitor only displays what my camera sees. Doesn't make sense either. Doesn't make sense either. But the avatar is saved on StreamYard. Okay. Give me a quiet moment here, people. Yes, there shall be silence on the stream. Give me a moment. Okay. Sorry about the long pause, but I wanted to get a few more sips in there. But I will say this, I am grateful to receive this from Eric. It's very, very tasty. Um, Paul, I don't think you will be disappointed in this at all. And uh, I think it's a good whiskey right now. And give it some time to open up, but it's very rich in flavor. Um, you enjoy the spice of it. It's very nice on the palate. The finish is, I'm going to say, medium to maybe long on there, and I wanted to take a couple of other sips before I got back to you on it. Um, but I I enjoy this higher proof on this scotch, and I think I definitely will have to have at some point another glass of it to fully appreciate it. I'm going to do it as the first pour because I've had other pours. And so I think the taste is just a tad bit off. But all in all, I think your purchase is definitely worth the investment that you had made to pick up this Boona 12 cast strength. I'm not disappointed. But like I said, with the other stuff that I had, I think there's just a tad bit of other influence in there, like it was um, when I was at the Ode to the Dark and I moved into the Glen Scotia. So, but it's definitely Bunnahabhain. It is definitely flavorful. It's definitely rich. It has good viscosity along with that spice. So, that being said, I don't think you are going to be disappointed at all. At all. So, what would you want to know what I would compare it to? Ooh, let's see.
I don't know. Can he? James, I have no
Boonahab,
idea if he can hear me.
what's that?
Huh?
What was that?
Who?
That too. So,
What?
so the Boonahab in itself is very distinct from other things. So, what would I compare it to in a cast strength? Let's see here. Let me just let me just think about that. Okay. Since we were talking about it earlier, that Highland Park cast strength 4 that you have, I don't have a 4, but I have the 2. And although on the Highland Park um, 2, how do I say this? It's not as spicy as the Bunnahabhain, and um, but I don't even want to say the flavor profiles are similar, but there is some similarities in that because Bunnahabhain is totally different than Highland Park, but I'm trying to draw something to you because I know you're on the Highland Park 4, cast strength 4. And so, shoot. Sorry, yeah, I'm going to just use that as an example. It's flavorful, it's rich. The higher proof does bring out uh, some better flavors in the whiskey because I'm a proponent of that. So just using that as an analogy, that I think that I think you will like it. And thyme is going to do well. So drink a couple of drams out of it the first when you get it, cork it up, go back to it 10 days later and give it another try, and then maybe cork it again. But you may find it perfect right off the bat, or you may find it just delightful, 10 days after you did the neck pour and tried it. But I'm satisfied with what it is right now. No, but I did see a bottle, but I do not know if it was the 12. But I did see a bottle of that, and I think it was behind the glass at Total Wine. Now that you bring that up, but I cannot be sure because it's been a few weeks since I have been down there. It was well before Easter when I was there. But I remember looking at that, and I think that's what it was. So that being said, yeah, I just do not know. And to say maybe, I could not. I could not say that. That's a nice hat, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a nice hat. Very, very nice hat.
It's almost like you have one just like it.
I do. I absolutely do. And it's actually sitting here, but you wouldn't know it if I put it on right now.
Have you tried just hitting like refresh on your browser on StreamYard?
Yes.
You sure?
Like I said, I restarted everything prior to coming on, but it's just being stupid. It does this every now and then, and now the camera's not loading. It just switched and said it's thinking. So I don't know what's going on, but it's me. You can see the picture. But like I said, before you got on and it was doing this and I had the avatar up, I could see myself on the monitor. So the camera was streaming, but something is just going crazy here. And I don't know what it is, but anyway, this will work for now. So how was dinner? Did it fill you? You happy?
Ate too much.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. The cast strength gaucho. Okay, it's cast strength. I wasn't sure if it was cast strength or not. Okay. But I can't remember if the one that I saw was cast strength. It's a nice whiskey. It's just, I'm still sipping on this Bunnahabhain a little bit. But I like it. Anyhow. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know now what's going on because the camera won't connect.
What does it say if you click the little up arrow next to the camera on the bottom right now?
Hold on. I'm looking here. Settings.
No. Just down on the bottom, the camera, the little up arrow, the little arrow next to it.
Yep. No, I've touched it. I'm on HD. It knows it's the Sony camera because actually I was here before I started the stream to make sure everything was set. And that is where it should be. That is where it should be. And just because I'm gonna change something and just to see what it does. But yeah, it's not receiving the signal now for some reason. It was before. but now it cannot connect anymore. Who knows? It's happened before, and a setting changed because of an update.
I would unplug the camera from the computer and plug it back in.
What's that?
I would unplug the USB to the camera real quick and plug it back in. See what happens.
Well, I did that earlier, and it didn't work. But hold on, it won't hurt to do it again.
Maybe it'll tingle a little. Oh, excuse me. I didn't know there was an echo in here.
I ate as much food as you did. I'm sorry, I'm burping too. What did you just do?
Fed him.
So the small V8 will be starting up soon.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Bourbon Neophyte. That's Anthony, even though you can't see him. Cheers, Paul. How are you? I'm going to try and do this in my best Anthony tone and method of streaming. So how are you all this evening? Now it's telling me my mic isn't working. So did you unplug your microphone and not the camera? Possibly? Or did it change the microphone input? Click the little arrow next to the microphone now. Well, I'll just pretend I'm Anthony for everyone. Hello, Richie Z. How are you this fine evening? I'm having a little dram here of a sample for a potential pick from Oak Age, new NDP. Tried it on my stream last night, and now it's just me and Ethan, that guy. And now it's them, and now it's not. Now it is, and then it isn't.
It's round 2.
Independent Joe says, I remember my first time streaming. And then Anthony says, I'm here. And it looks like Anthony has a microphone again, but I don't see any audio.
I'm here. Don't panic.
I'm not panicking.
Okay, good. Because I wasn't either, but I think this is just how the night is going to go.
This is more like a Panic at the Disco.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. I don't know.
This sounds like a bad stream.
I'm going to just shut the camera down because it's trying to connect but not working, and who knows? Who knows?
One difference.
See? Ta-da!
Edging webcam. Interesting.
Yep. Oh, it's the joys of live streaming, Ben. I mean, come on.
Don't I know them all too well?
Yes. But that's why we have these lovely avatars to fill in.
I have a lovely avatar too.
I know you do. See? Ta-da! When need be, there you go. It works wonders. Exactly, Joe. I remember the first stream too. It's just I'm reliving it. But I've relived it a couple of times in the last 5 years. Yeah.
I mean, we could go to the classics too.
Mm-hmm.
How you all do?
Exactly. Nothing like the classics.
Joining the no camera party.
But
Paul, indeed, he is flat out on the floor. He is knocked out.
what's that?
He was asking about Danny.
Oh,
Could always go with this classic too.
oh, dude, that is it right there. Big, sexy. He was here earlier, but I think he went back to bed.
I don't know. I don't understand invite only pubs, but hey, they are what they are.
Yeah, audio's great. Audio's great. We both have a face for radio. Mm-hmm.
I have a face for newspaper. I don't know about you.
Mm-hmm.
We can always go for Jim Efferson's instead.
Look at that. That's perfect. But yeah, we got. Well, they died down now, but man, we've had some winds all day, and then they're going to get worse tomorrow with sustained at like 30, gusting to 50 plus. So when I was chatting with Big Vic earlier, I could see it.
Sorry to hear that.
I'm just blowing away in his backyard. And I was like, well,
I'm sure there was a whole line of people to be blown there.
But as I told him, I said, well, what you're getting now is on its way to me. On its way to me. There you go.
Old sleepy boy.
That's right. But
and then the greatest classic of them all.
That is one of the best ones right there. Mm-hmm. One of the best. For sure. So Neo was on, but I guess he wasn't there, but now he dropped off. So if he's there, you could try to pop back on here.
How much longer are you going to try and go for like this?
Oh, I'm going to at least go at least another 30 minutes or so. I got to have another dram. I'm finishing up this Boone at 12. And I don't know. I closed the window. I don't know if Sean's still going.
Probably. I haven't stopped over there.
Yeah, I haven't. I was there earlier, and then I had to switch over to this, and then I had the tab open, but just in case that was causing a problem. Okay, here we go. He heard me. Can you hear us now?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry about that. Just small technical difficulties. I saw you in there. I had you up. Nothing was happening, so I wasn't sure if it was my end or what. And then you disappeared, so that's why I said, hey, pop back on.
Hey, Anthony says, Neo, I'm going to go pop over and say hello over there. I'll be back.
Yeah, go ahead. Pop over there, say hello. But
cheers, brother.
Oh, yeah. This is... I don't know. What do you got in your glass, sir? Neo, what do you got in your glass?
I got the Four Roses.
Yeah, that's right.
Stuff right now.
That's right. You did tell me you were going back through that Four Roses. You know what, Paul? I think I am now. I've got a little hankering for just a little peat. Sorry, I've got one more sip left of that Boona, and I'm like, So, I'm at a cast strength now, but oh shit, this will be good. I haven't had this in a minute. Hold on. Let me reach over here. Let me reach over here. Well, you can't see it. I was gonna hold the damn thing up, and that's stupid. But I was gonna hold the thing up. But uh how about Oban 12 special release 2021 Tale of Twin Foxes? Oh, this is such a good dram. The Tale of Twin Foxes. Such a good dram. 56.2 ABV. This was one of those that, oh shit, Kilhoman. Damn it. Hold on. Let me do an about face. I know I always forget. That's at my damn feet. I'm gonna pour Machir Bay. Kilhoman Machir Bay. That is literally at my feet. And since you said Kilhoman, I do like Oban, James. That's definitely right. But I am going to pour the Kilhoman also. Machir Bay. Sugar Kitty turned me on to this when he was explaining to me what clean peat was. That type. So you've got Lafroig, you've got Ardbeg, you've got Lagavulin, you've got Oban. They're all peated, but the peat to them is distinct. And he was trying to explain to me what clean peat is like. So he dropped off a sample of the Machir Bay. And bingo, once I took a sip of that, it's not like any of those four I mentioned. It was definitely cleaner. It wasn't ashy. It wasn't deep like the other ones. And so once the Machir Bay hit, I'm like, oh shit, I've got to have that. So I bought a bottle. This is not cast strength, but that's okay. That's okay. 46 ABV, but I will have a Kilhoman with you. No, I will not find the backup. That is a story. That's the first one that I didn't open right away, James, and it was months later. And when I opened it and tasted it, I thought it was good, but I didn't touch it again for probably 2 to 3 months. And then once it had some time to open up and I really got into it, I'm like, this is fantastic whiskey. There was no more on the shelf at the store I went to. So I looked around, and I just didn't find it anymore. Then I seen some online, but I mean, they were a couple of $100. And I really thought about it, but it's like, yeah, when I only paid like $149 for it in the beginning, and to pay almost double for it, I was intrigued. I really wanted it. I thought it was that good, but I was like, it's $300 just because now it's scarce. No. And now it's hen's teeth if you find a dusty on the shelf for what it was going for, how many years ago? 4 years ago? Yeah, that would be nice. But anyway, Kilhoman Machir Bay. That's what I am pouring here. Let me get the top off. Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's wrong with my camera. It's not working either.
It might not be you, Tom. It might not be you. It could be just the way YouTube and my StreamYard is working today. Don't ask me, because everything was working great. I was on VicStream for an hour. I was streaming here for over an hour when things went tits up. Woo.
Typical internet.
Well, I think it's something between now StreamYard and YouTube and StreamYard or whatever. But I was having a little internet slowdown before because it froze on my end, but you could hear me fine. And I was watching the numbers because I keep a little monitor there, and I look at it from time to time, and I could tell it was slowing down because I stream in HD and I use the ultra low latency, so the interaction is almost to the second. But anyway, there's just
you could see. I mean, perfect. All of a sudden, but click, you're gone.
exactly. And that's happened before, but it was a setting change because something updated in the background. But I went in and was checking, just like Ben was saying. I'm like, nope. And then I realized it took out my mic. So I had to go back in, and I saw what happened there. The mic changed on the settings, so I had to change it back to my standalone mic. And that didn't make sense because I didn't touch anything there. But so it's kind of leading me to think it's either the stream, YouTube, StreamYard, or something came in and updated, even though I restarted everything and waited and streamed on VicStream for an hour at minimum with no issues. Then this. Ooh, that Isla barley is nice. See there, Neo? You sound younger than you look. That's a compliment, I think, is what he's saying.
Well, I had throat cancer, or still do, or whatever, and my voice changed after it went higher after they did the 2 surgeries in end of last year.
Mm-hmm. And my father just went through that, and that nose, in the sinuses, and then in where the tonsils are, and the lymph nodes. So he went through the radiation and the chemo and made it through up to the holidays, and he's just recovering as far as all that goes. Because you got a lot of side effects from all that treatment.
Oh, that chemo was terrible.
And radiation.
Yeah, that's the cure's worse than the ailment, sometimes.
Exactly. But he's still with us, and he saw his 50th wedding anniversary in December. Exactly. Exactly. So all the years welding, I've welded for 40-something years and breathing all that smoke. Did you do stainless too?
Everything.
Everything. Oh yeah, that's stainless.
Yeah, well, galvanized stuff. Years ago they never knew, anything, and that stuff's just poison.
Well, when you got sick, they said just drink some milk. You'll be fine with that stainless. And you were. The milk kind of settled everything down.
Well, everything's changed now with Ocean. All they have, respirators and all that. Years back in the 70s, you just suck that stuff up, and it's like, nobody knew anything, or actually they didn't care. They probably knew, but
they gave you a fan. Said here.
Yeah. Yeah, my lungs are about shot too from it, but still hanging in.
Ken, what you don't know, the flag is hanging prominently in the background. Well, yes, you do know. It's hanging prominently in the background. So to have a mounted pub, come on. That's how you're an official branch of the Fair Dinkum Mounted Pub. in Australia. Everything is just going tits up. And I wasn't even on your stream. I mean, I was chatting, but I didn't even get on your stream today. This morning at the butt crack of dawn for me. Because, I was trying to be proactive instead of now reacting. But
Anthony, have you seen those new Evan Williams 250th anniversary 117.6 bottles?
No, but I think Sean showed one.
Yeah, they're $44.99 in Michigan. I picked up one. They're going fast. They were selling them by the case in the Detroit area stores, and they're all gone now. But people, for that price, that was
well, for $45. Come on, you can't go wrong.
Especially for the proof too. I mean, I don't know what the age statement is on it. I didn't even look at my bottle. I got it sitting here somewhere, but I don't think it's. Somebody said 7 or 8 years old, so it's pretty good.
That would be nice, huh? That definitely would be nice if it was. But I may hunt for one. No, I have not. I haven't been out in a couple of weeks.
Have you seen the new barrel cigar blend yet?
I have not. I know it's out. I don't know if it's here.
Yeah, it's so good. It's good stuff. I paid $71.99 for it, and
that's not terrible. Shit. To get a barrel under, $90. Come on.
Well, Richie Z said, and I can't remember whose stream he was on, Ben's, I think, the other night, said that there was only like 2,000 bottles of them or something like that.
Really? Didn't know that. Well, that's an extremely limited thing, and then especially to be under $80.
Well, apparently. I think I picked it up online, and I guess the normal price is $89.99. I don't know how I got it so cheap, but it's that's pretty good price for a barrel.
It is. And so, just so you know, Ken, I knew you'd be here because I was talking Lagavulin, and when I was talking Glen Scotia, I said JD would be around. Well, both of you popped up. I just knew it. I did. I said, when I start talking Lagavulin, Ken's ears start ringing.
Yeah, Richie says he just poured the barrel cigar blend just now.
Isn't that? Hey, this has been the day for that stuff. But like I said, I knew as soon as I say Glen Scotia, JD's ears ring. As soon as I was talking about Lagavulin, the Sweet Peat, the 11-year, and Offerman's earlier, I said, Ken knows it. Yep. His ears start going, and he goes, oh, Anthony's talking Lagavulin. Yep. So I tell you what, this Machier Bay, I haven't had. This should be another one in the Gone, but not the Forgotten, but not Gone series. But now this is definitely on the nose. When you lift this up, you get some peat on it. On the Bunnahabhain cast strength, I didn't, but I did get the barrel char on that. But this is a beautiful, sweet peat like the Lagavulin. Beautiful, sweet peat like the Lagavulin on there. Vanilla cake note. Definitely some honey and pear with the peat. That sweet, warm bread note. That malty goodness. It's a fabulous drop of whiskey. I keep it at my feet, but it escapes me. But then as soon as Paul, mentioned it, I'm like, oh my goodness.
What do you have in the glass right now, Anthony?
I have the Kilchoman in my glass right now because Paul was talking about it. I almost said Peter. Paul was talking about it. What's that?
What's the proof on that one?
I think this is 46. Hold on. Yeah, 46 ABV on the Kilhoman. And this is when I was getting into the peat again after years off, and I told the story. Like I said, Sugar Kitty was explaining stuff to me, so he dropped off a sample of this, and then that helped me bring that understanding to mind, because I couldn't wrap around, what does he mean, clean peat, clean peat, clean peat? You know, compared to the ones I said, this is definitely cleaner. It's not ashy. It's not tarry. It's not Band-Aids and hate.
Somebody said that, who was it? I can't remember what that distillery in Wisconsin is. They're making a single malt, but they're using peat from Minnesota.
Yeah, that's Oban, Richie. I just was looking down. Ken answered you. It's
Driftless Glen. Driftless Glen. Somebody said Driftless Glen was making a single malt using peat from Minnesota. I didn't even know that they had it there.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I read that recently.
Well, I'm sure peat's everywhere, but that would be like trying to find, hen's teeth.
Well, it can't be. I would say it can't be that prevalent. You'd think.
Well, we all got peat. It just.
I've watched those videos where they harvest that peat. With
they make them plugs. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. I think this might be the first time I got just a touch of medicinal on this Kilhoman. Just a touch. But it's, like I said, it's not a Lagavulin peat. It's not an Ardbeg peat at all. Not at all. Very nice. Very nice. I think it's nice. I think it's well-rounded. And it's a definite 180 from the peat that most people know. If that makes sense to everybody.
Richie says Amaret uses Scottish peat for their India malts.
Yeah, I've had some of those. They're good, but there's a little funk to them. I don't find it bad, but it's definitely different.
Yeah, I didn't know they exported peat to India for that.
Hey, if they say they'll do it for, $20 a plug or whatever the hell it is, and shipping gonna cost you another $19.95, and they want to buy it.
Yeah, I bet the shipping costs more than the peat.
You would think
it would, Rick. That's a long way to go.
Exactly. I just was talking about that, and I know you heard it, but it's just a touch in there, but I don't recall picking that up before, because this peat, just like it is even on the Lagavulin and even on the Ardbeg, the Lafroig, those are very robust peats compared to this. But even those, that peat takes the back seat to the flavor of the whiskey. You can get the flavor of the whiskey out of it, and the peat is not bullying through it. And that to me is a hallmark, not only of a good distiller, but of a good blender. So this is lovely. This is nice. On the palate. It really is. But that medicinal note is what made me go, I cannot recall just getting that. It's not by any means strong. As a matter of fact, it's fleeting, as in you get it and it's gone.
Curry.
I you know what? They could have dropped some in there, Richie. I don't know. I'm looking at that, and I think John Paul does too. It's not bad. It's not like the rest, but John Paul is different. And what was that South African one? Oh my gosh. What was that one? It's all gone. I don't have it anymore. I don't think. I'm looking here. What was that South African whiskey? Oh my goodness. It had a little bit to it, and that's what made me look at the glass.
I'm always apprehensive with some of that stuff. You wonder what the additives, you know.
Oh my God. My goodness gracious. Oh well. That's what happens. Maybe, James, that rings a bell. It could be.
Oh.
It could be. Baines. Thank you. Baines. That's definitely it. Baines. Indri. I did get that, and I tried that. I do believe Eric dropped that off to me. And I finished that. I'm looking here right now. It's funny you should mention that. I'm like, I've got another one. I said, I always call it indie, and it's not indie. But I'm just sitting here looking, but I think I polished that sucker off a while ago. I'm looking at my other little repertoire of little snacks. Highland Park Gulf Coast Edition, 11-year, cask strength, 65.8. No, that definitely isn't it. Dairyman. I got Dairyman here, South African. I got Amaroot Fusion, Indie single malt here. I know I got them. I just have to look. I was like, I got them darn things at my fingertips somewhere. I just have to find them. Okay, those are it. I finished the other one, but I have a Dairyman here, which that also, and that's a fresh, a French oak reserve, aged 5 years at 43 ABV. That one definitely had a little bit of funk to it. And then I have the Amaroot Fusion here, Indian single malt, 50 ABV. I knew I had something like that. I had to dig that out. I was like, I know I got it here somewhere. I know I got something like that around here somewhere. And then when you start talking about it, Indri, I knew it was something like that. Yes, he is. Indri, but I knew it was something like that. I was like, I got that. I'm pretty sure I got it. Okay, I just was looking here. Baines, that was the one I couldn't put my finger on. Baines, James got it for me. Perfect. It was a Baines. And that one, I do believe, came from JD. JD dropped that off to me. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. You know, when you don't go to something, of course, you just went through this, Neo. When you go back to something that you haven't had in a while, just like you were going through those 4 roses, just like, oh my gosh, they're amazing. They're amazing. They're amazing. What made me not go back to these? But we just get so much more in front of it that it's not that you don't like them or whatever, but you've got so many other things you're going through and that you're talking about or you're experiencing that they're good, so you just throw them back and you're trying all these other things. And that's why, it really pays to just go back, grab some stuff that you go, holy smokes, it's been 4 months, it's been 6 months. Oh my gosh, I don't think I've touched this thing in a year. Bring those things out, especially when I'm doing the forgotten but not gone streams. Bring out that whiskey that you just haven't touched. And it does not have to be unicorn bottles. It does not have to be stellar bottles. It can just be good bottles. It's like, oh, well, this is good. Well, I forgot about it. But, you have to reach back now on your shelf to pull them back to the front. Because usually what happens is when you get a new bottle, you put it in front of one other one. And then the same thing happens to that. And the same thing happens to that. So now they're 4 or 5 deep.
Well, I was last week, case in point, I picked up that Ampersand Optimus Buff Turkey 15.
I know exactly which one you're talking about. Was that Wild Turkey?
I forgot. Yeah, and I forgot all about it. And here the doggone thing was, I got whiskey laying all over the place and ended up on another counter. Actually, it was in my bedroom with about 100 bottles. And I was going
crap. I did not know that Ampersand was a Wild Turkey one. And I've seen it.
Yeah, the Buff Turkey. And it's so good too. It's finished in, I think it's Tokai barrels.
I have
really sweet, but it's amazing. I mean, I
have a bottle that was sent for a pick liquor lineup, and there was a couple of them, and I was asked to do a tasting to decide the next pick. So we all decided, and I did my pick, but my pick was this bottle, but that wasn't the pick that overall won. But they gave me this bottle that's the Tokai cask. It's finished, and it's 61 proof. So what is that, 122?
Yep.
Okay. So it's 122 proof. It's not a bad whiskey at all in that finish. Now, I think that was the first one I had tried. And
it's really good with
the bottle. Matter of fact, ironically, the bottle is literally sitting in front of me right here. So that's how when you said that, I go, oh, shit, it's right here in front of me.
Your last...
And I could break that one out because that's one that I have not went back to in a few years.
Oh,
it's literally in front of my nose.
Well, they had a release this summer, and they sold out fast. And then they had one here. It was after the first of the year there, and they had limited bottles. And God, it's so good. It's just like, right here, I forgot all about the doggone thing, Yeah. But there's been so many good releases lately. And especially the last 2 years in Michigan where we haven't had hardly anything. Holy smokes, you're just scrambling to pick the stuff up, and then you stashing it away and you're forgetting about it. And then the next new thing shows up. And like I say, I got
exactly what I'm saying. But exactly what you got to forgotten, but not gone. It's like
I got that Sazerac 125 sitting on the table here, and Elijah Craig 15, and there's a couple others I haven't even opened yet. I got two different picks of the Haystack Needle I haven't even opened yet.
Exactly.
One
that's
was
what I'm saying. I've slowed down on different purchases only not because I don't want them. It's just like now I'm just more selective now than I've ever been before because I don't have that FOMO. I don't care about missing out. Because I have so many other good bottles right behind me. I mean, yeah, I buy some still, absolutely. But I just don't have that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to walk out into my dining room. I want to look for another bottle. I'm going to be right back,
I've
people.
been actually trying to ignore the stuff. My wife actually is the one been pointing the stuff out. She'll text me from work and go, "Hey, look at this, look at this," and it's like, anyway, she goes, "I'm ordering it for you."
My wife buys me a lot of shit.
Yeah, my wife buys a lot of the stuff. She sits there, and I said, "I'm trying to ignore this." I said,
exactly
stuff now," and she goes, "Nope." Anyway, she goes, "I got 2 bottles coming for you." It's like,
I know exactly, though. Exactly. Let me go walk out in the dining room real quick. I'll be right back. Hang tight, people. Ken, keep them entertained.
Richie, 40 years ago, my wife, my first wife, used to complain about all the bottles I'd buy because my grandpa had a liquor store. And like I said, she was my first wife. Yeah, I got this OESK, James, I'm drinking right now. 10 years, 5 months, and 110.6 proof. After that, I got the Westward Cast Strength American single malt. That stuff it's amazing. I think it's 120 something proof. Good bottle. I heard they had some financial problems last year, but I never heard anything else about it. I don't know if somebody bailed them out or they merged with somebody.
I got to look at that story and see if they merged or what it was.
Yeah, all of a sudden it just kind of went away. It was a big deal on the internet for a while, and all of a sudden I haven't heard anything else about it. They make some excellent products.
Yeah, I do not know myself. So that being said, that's why I didn't want to comment. But I know what you're talking about. I just spaced it, and so that took care of all of that.
Yeah, James Morgan says he thinks a management buyout happened.
A management, or I think like a I'm trying to think of the name. I know what I want to say. I just got to give myself a second. But so a group of people, they pull their money together and they form a business and they go buy another one. Oh my gosh. A company I worked for was bought out by a company like that. And oh my goodness.
It's sad to see a lot of these small places, have that happen, especially, all the work and, they put their whole heart into all that stuff that, the startup people on that. And then they all of a sudden they get taken up by somebody else that, managing partner thing or whatever. And next thing you know, they're doing the things, they're kind of handcuffed doing what the people that bail them out want them to do. And it's kind of sad.
Well, yeah, but, Brown Foreman's not small.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is there. It's probably all the younger people that just want the money or something. And, not the heritage of the business and stuff. They just want, they've owned how many years they've been in business, 100 years, 80 years.
Well, they have like 15 brands, right?
They got just a ton of stuff. And it's,
yeah.
The thing is that now with the Sazerac in the mix,
Well, Sazerac's, I think, number one as far as owning other brands.
Well, what scares me about it is taking all the, these great, 10, 12, 14-year Coy Hills, Tanyard Hill stuff. Next thing you know, it's going to be like George D. Stagg and stuff. You'll never see it. It's going to be, $89 retail stuff's going to be $1,000, unattainable for the average person, like, now, because, in Michigan, crepe, you can find once in a while, you can find the 10, 12, 14s at a Meijer stores or Kroger or, you know what I mean? Just anywhere. Retail. You'll never see that again, ever.
So here in Vegas, Kroger's, Smith's. Kroger's owns Smith's. So, gotcha. So when you said Myers, then you said Kroger's. Now in Pennsylvania, we had Kroger's. But, so I got you. So we have that same here. But, yeah, there is something, $1,000 for a bottle that you were paying, let's just say $100 for. Yeah, you're freaking ridiculous. It's just not happen.
One of my good friends owns a liquor store near me, and he lets me have everything. I got my 14 Jack Daniels for retail and stuff. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, the BTAC stuff, he says no way. He goes, I can get, and he owns probably 10 or 12 small little party stores and stuff. So he sells a ton of the Fireball type stuff, wheatley whiskey. So he gets a lot of that stuff. He said I can get $1,000 a bottle for any of the BTAC. He goes, I'll sell you anything for retail except the BTAC. He goes, I get it in, and it's $1,000. I can sell it all instantly. So you can't blame him.
No, I can't. I don't. But you're raping people. But the Weller 12, the GTS, the Pappy, even the Pappy 15, the Pappy, was it 20 and then 23? Oh my gosh. I remember seeing Pappy on the shelf, 3-4 rows, 6 deep, and name them.
I was in his office.
Off the shelf. As a matter of fact, I remember seeing it and going, Pappy Van Winkle? Really? That's a whiskey? Before I really understood what it was.
A couple weeks ago, I was there, picked up a last year in Michigan, the only 1924 Old Forester I saw he saved it for me. I got it, the only one I saw. And they called me here a few weeks ago and said, we got 6 cases of the 1924. Anyway, I went there and $129. He let me peek in his office. You wouldn't believe, I was telling somebody on a live stream the other day, the amount of he had Pappy by the case, those 3-bottle cases. He had them stacked up. I said, what are you saving them for? I guess he's just hoarding them, I guess, just because I'm not kidding you. There's no room in his office. He had so much stuff. It was just insane. But he's just waiting apparently for the, market to,
well, this is the thing. Right now,
I think he waited too long. That's what somebody told me when I was telling him. He said, he waited too long, I think.
Yeah. Well, right now, the market's kind of getting flat. They're still making whiskey, but they're not moving it like they used to. I've seen some price drops here in Vegas, but if you listen to all this stuff, a lot of this stuff is it's sitting. Oh my goodness, look at this guy here. Look at this guy here. Cheers, brother. So great to see you. I haven't seen you in a minute. I know you've been around, but it's always great to see you, T-Rob. Appreciate you coming, saying hello, smashing that like button. Always great having you, man. Thank you.
He was on Ben's stream last night.
Oh, yeah. I catch him, so I know he's around. I know he's all right, and I'm good with that. I just like to know. Exactly. The guns. But yeah, I think he might have missed the boat for a while. So now if he wants to sit on that money, go ahead. But if you can sell it for $500 and make $200 on the bottle, what the hell?
Well, like I say, I think he's waited too long on the stuff. Is what's happening.
Oh my goodness. I guess Australia is waking up. Morning, sir.
What time is
Always
it over
great
in
to have
Australia?
you and Lil there. Enjoy your ogre chalice and your coffee, but always great having you, man. At 3 p.m. It doesn't mean you can't have an ogre chalice of coffee, right?
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
He knows that. No, I've never have to tell Chris that's for darn sure. But we never know when Lil's going to be called to work. That's the other problem.
6:07 in the United Kingdom. James says.
Oh yeah. James was with me 3-4 hours ago.
Don't you ever?
There he is. There's this
James
6:07 to be exact. 6:07 to be exact. But James is here. Never fear. James is here.
Richie says 10:06 in California.
Well, it's 10:06. Yeah, me too. 10:06, 10:07.
That's the same as your time, is it?
Mm-hmm. So, no rain today. Is that what you're saying, James? Is it a nice day so far? So I understand this past week you had quite a few days of rain, and then I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday there was no rain, but of course depends on what side of the island you're on.
Yeah, 107 in Montreal, same as here in Michigan, Paul.
.107. All right. Wow. That's right. You're further east. I forgot, Paul. Thank goodness you put that on there. I'm like, what? That's right. You just made me remember.
Yeah, we're supposed to get for the next 6 days. We're supposed to get mid 70s, but chances of rain every day.
Thank you. I'll miss you guys too. It's always great catching up with you guys and sharing a meal when you guys pop over here. It really is. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself when you were here and had a good time in Texas and seeing the castle. I know that's a great place. I enjoy it when Matt comes on and streams. So, I'm just glad you guys had fun and had a great holiday over here. And when you get back, hopefully we'll hook up. But, if not, just enjoy yourselves and have a great time when you're here, because that's what it's all about, just relaxing. I'm laughing because, I've heard people that have done that out here, Chris, and got some of the batteries for their house. And I've heard that same thing, like, because I got a hot tub too, but it's like, holy smokes, you think of 50 kilowatts. Yeah. Fire that heater up in that old hot tub and, but they will keep your refrigerator, your freezer running. And then if you need a light or two, they're great on that aspect, for the evening to get you through. And then when the sun comes up, your solar panels recharge them. But exactly. I know what you're saying. I said, I'm not laughing at you, but what you said brought back memories. Rain also all week here. I wish we'd get some rain in Vegas. That's for darn sure. Wish we would get some rain.
We've got
a couple of inches.
We've got so much rain in Michigan, it's crazy.
See, we're called a shadow desert. So when stuff's coming in from Cali, unless there's enough force and everything behind it, you can't make it over the mountains because the clouds are too saturated. So they have to dump. Then they dump on the other side of the mountain, and then they get light enough to come up over the mountain. By the time they get over here, there's not enough rain in the clouds, even though it's raining, to reach the ground here. I mean, it's just the way it is. It's nature. It's not that there's anything wrong. It's just nature. That's how it works.
Well, you're actually in a drought here for the last year or so. They considered it, of the yearly rainfall. And I see as of the last rain we had, which was about 3 inches a couple weeks ago, last week anyway, that we're not officially in a drought anymore. So that's one good thing.
We've been in a drought for years. Years. When I say years, I mean years. And we're not talking 1 or 2. We're talking 10 years or more.
Where do you guys get your water from, Anthony? Is it like a reservoir thing, or is that Lake Mead anywhere near you?
Lake Mead. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm going to pass it tomorrow.
Yeah, wasn't that like almost dry like last summer?
Yeah, we're down to about 30% capacity, but it's fed by the Colorado River. So there are a lot of other people who draw off that, particularly California. And, there's these water rights, and they always go back and forth to it. But remember, we have a dam. So the dam was put there to make Lake Mead and control floodwaters. Well, so with the lack of rainfall, but it's not so much the lack of rainfall, which does contribute to a portion or a better portion of the problem, it's everyone else that has coming over to get it, like California itself has a straw in it to pull water from there. And it's the states that pull more water than they need. So if Nevada doesn't use, and I'm just throwing a number, 100 acre feet, California can pull it if they need it. Or Arizona can pull it if they need it, because we didn't use it. So Nevada has turned into a huge conservation state by pulling up non-essential grass, replacing it with either fake or more desert, water-resistant landscaping. And the biggest water wasters in the state are not the casinos, it's all the homes. People think, oh, the casinos. No, they are a tenth of the problem. The other half of the problem are the homes. But
I believe in California, the last couple of years in California, I don't think you could even water your grass.
Well, like I said,
because of the shortage of water.
Oh, yeah. But the thing about it is the Colorado River is just being siphoned from just about every drop it can. So when it's leaving Colorado, people got their hand in the till that didn't have it in before, taking water from the river. But, that river goes from one end of the country to the other, practically.
Right.
And a lot of people depend upon it, including, besides Nevada, rather. So, hence the problem, besides lack of rain, or in this case, in Colorado, snowfall.
Yeah, doesn't the yearly snowfall affect the water? Was it the snow melt or whatever that drains into the?
Yep. Sandy Valley is not far from me. When I say not far, by about 20 miles, Richie. Sandy Valley, and there could be a Golden Valley around there. I just can't think of it right now. But yeah, so water's an issue here, and it's going to be for a long, long time. But they don't stop building. They don't change things here. They just keep going and going and going. and they they're making all these different restrictions, but it's not me. I can tell you I use maybe 2,000 to 3,000 gallons a month just in an average home like mine for just bathing, washing clothes, and incidentals. And I have desert landscape, but my philosophy on that is if these plants can't live in the desert, they should never have been planted here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the idea that the casinos are using all the money is ridiculous. Or, excuse me, the water is ridiculous.
Correct.
I mean, those homes are using you figure one home, what they, like you just said, how many gallons you use times all these homes they want to put in there. That's crazy.
Yep. Exactly.
It's an insane amount of water.
Mm-hmm. Insane.
So that's Lil this morning.
Well, she looks beautiful as usual.
Goodness gracious. Hello, Anthony.
I knew you were in the background, so I knew not to be any other way. And when I first seen that, I'm like, who in the heck is that? And then I read coffee, coffee, coffee. I said, oh, that's got to be from down in Oz.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Because normally I'm like, yeah, I'm not putting that guy on. Who the heck is this? Coffee, coffee, coffee. And then when you sit and think about it, I go, yeah, I know who that is.
Yeah.
Or pretty sure I know who that is. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So you don't have to go to work this afternoon, Chris?
No.
Okay. Well, I know you can work afternoon turns.
Yeah, when I'm doing the football, things like that, but there's no football up here this weekend, so that's the weekend down the Gold Coast. I've got a game, but the main job now is just Monday to Friday day shift, so 6:30 to 15. Gotta love it.
I tell you what, I do too. I switched to that 5 years ago. I'm not on call. Phone don't ring at 1 a.m., 2 a.m. because something happened. No crisis calls. Oh, yeah. Love it.
Lil's on Monday to Friday, 7 till 3. And although she did a special today for the Tour de Brisbane.
Well, isn't Harry coming to visit you and his wife?
Harry.
Yeah, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle.
Oh God.
Yeah.
No idea.
Well, she has nothing's come through to the better.
Nothing's come through. I'm saying because apparently they're cutting prices on tickets too. I watched some of the news down there in Australia and over in the UK and here.
No, about Meghan Markle.
Yeah, he's having problems drawing flies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But
everyone down here supports his brother. They don't like him.
But
if you got rid of Meghan Markle, he'd do a lot better.
Well, you know what? Believe it or not, you don't hear from them over here. I mean, they're just like everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean it. They're not looking to, in my opinion, I don't hear about them on the news unless something pops up. I mean, I know they're not far from me, but my opinion is they just want to live a life.
Yeah, and as long as they do that and they just want to live their life, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, exactly. I just don't understand the tour of Oz. He's not working in an official capacity for his father.
Well, he has no official capacity at all for his father. He doesn't even have
Correct.
thing anymore. He doesn't hold any.
Nothing as far as that. He's still the prince, absolutely. But yeah, all his duties have been discharged.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm thinking, what's he going over there for? Do people really want to see him? I know
Not
you
really.
didn't buy a ticket. I know Lil didn't buy a ticket.
Nope.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, worst case scenario, she's going to get called to go to work.
No. She basically will sit there and plan everything for him, and
Yeah, but I'm just saying, she still have to go to work. It's like that'd be the worst case scenario for her.
well, only if somebody doesn't turn up.
Yeah. Yep.
One of the other planners decides to fall in sick.
So I forgot to ask James, and he may still be floating around there. But King Charles doing a message for Ramadan, but wouldn't deliver the traditional Easter message to the people. Boy, that really went over like a fart in church.
Yep.
I understand. Absolutely understand. I mean, it's like as the as the head of the church, a Christian church at that, and what?
Yep, head of the Presbyterian Church.
Yeah, but what? Ridiculous. But
they're just getting so many more Muslims and Hindus and all that in England now. So
yeah. Well, I'm just saying, even I was like, really? Oh my goodness. Because with all the latest stammer with the PM there and our president here and back and forth and everything, I've started watching more stuff in the UK and listening to their side of the story. And I'm like, wow, they just are not in favor of their prime minister at all in any way, shape, or form.
well,
And
no one ever is.
yeah. And didn't realize how much the people in Britain were fed up with him from what I'm getting out of the news and stuff coming over there. But I just like to listen to that. Like I listen to stuff over there in Oz, what's going on. And
Do you understand it?
well, does anybody really understand politics?
No. About the Australian accent.
No, they're pretty darn good. Yes. And I've had a lot of practice over the last few years. So I'm pretty good. It's the Kiwis that make me go, what? What?
That's because they keep talking about socks and fish cups.
You see what I'm saying? No one can understand that. And you may have to speak English to the rest of the people that are listening here.
The person that's very hard to understand is James Morgan.
I don't know. I don't have any problem with James. He's pretty clear.
Oh no, he's only very clear on chat. When you get him on a after party.
Oh, I'm going to have to do an after party and have James come on then.
Yeah. It's an education when you get James on an after party.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to run, Anthony. Take care.
Don't run. Take your time.
Yeah.
Paul, cheers. Neo,
care,
thank you, honestly, for popping on. Appreciate you and putting up with the technical difficulties tonight.
Take care.
No, thank you, sir. Have a good one.
Were you channeling Ken tonight, were you, Anthony?
Well, I was talking about Glen Scotia and Lagavulin. So the two people that I knew would show up at some point, JD and Ken, there they were.
Yeah, no, I just mean with the technical difficulties.
Oh, absolutely. That's what Ken said. That's why I've got the flag up. you can't see it now, but I've got my Fair Deacon mounted pub flag up, and the Las Vegas chapter is official. It's official, without a doubt. It is official. But yeah, I don't know what went wrong. Everything was fine. I was on Vic Stream for an hour, Chris, and not a problem. Camera's working. Like I said, when it went out, I'm looking at myself on the monitor, so the camera's shooting out a picture. But for some reason, between StreamYard or YouTube, StreamYard, who knows what, it's just not working. And then the microphone went a little bit ago, but got that back, but don't know what changed that setting.
Yeah, I've been having that sort of issue on my Mac a few times with StreamYard lately. Like the other day when I was trying to jump on with Stacey, everything just decided that it'd go, no, don't want to play.
Yeah. No. I totally get it. But then
when I went to join in, it just went, nope.
Yeah. Well, this was running at 100 miles an hour, no problem, and then it wasn't. Like Richie said, he just enjoys being here just like everybody else. And even though, my face isn't on, they got my avatar, they got yours.
Well, Richie,
it's all good. It's just like sitting back, listening to the radio, having a cup of coffee, or having a whiskey, a beer, or a cold glass of tea.
Richie needs to come down to Vegas next September.
You never know. He may jump in that car and show up on your hotel doorstep.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, I know. He knows that.
We're hopefully going to have about 4 rooms, so we're going to try and get like a whole floor at the place where we stay.
Huh.
So we're going to try and get 4 2-bedroom units. We've already got 2 booked, so
I'm just chuckling because, yeah, take the floor over. Oh my gosh. Mm-hmm. That damn Aussie's never coming back here.
Well, it's going to be enough Aussies coming over for that one.
Who are you bringing?
23, her mum and dad.
Oh, wonderful.
Her hubby. Then we've got
my cousins.
Yeah, some of Lil's cousins are coming, and
your niece not coming back over.
23.
Well, 23 is, yes, she is, but my other niece might come.
Okay.
My actual full-on niece, not my god niece.
Yep.
So yeah, so it's going to be a fair few Australians sort of hitting the strip. So, it'll be a bit of fun. We're going to try and get Will and Michelle to come down, and Adriana and Nick.
Oh yeah. Get Stalsy too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So
I haven't physically talked to him, but via text and stuff, he's fine, working his butt off.
Oh, that's good.
The job has got him hopping.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem when you change jobs. I know that feeling, except for the fact that I'm in a very cruisy job now.
Mm-hmm.
Working for the government.
And he's traveling way more than he ever did.
Yeah.
I mean, not that he didn't travel before, as in before the job he left to take this one.
His old job, he traveled, but not nowhere near as much as what he is now.
Oh, yeah. He's, well, that's the business. That's the business. There's just nothing you can do. That's the business. Part of the job.
That's it.
That's why they call it a job. Mm-hmm. Exactly. But, so other than that, all is well with you and Lil?
Yeah.
Good.
Done all right.
Good.
Yes, Chad
Good.
is a very relatable kind of dude. Richie Z. The Chad is a bit of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know if we'd be able to get him out, but you know, you can always come to Kentucky after Vegas, Richie.
Yep. Without a doubt. But well, I will say this: with all the technical difficulties tonight, this has been a good stream. I never intended on going 3.5 hours. That's for sure. I was figuring an hour, 2 tops, but there was just good BS and company and everything else. And
when I saw the notification saying that you'd gone live, I went, "Hang on."
Well, you know what? I talked about this. I do not know what's going on because I didn't get Whiskey Wars, and I would not have streamed if I would have thought he was on or no. I just wouldn't have.
Yeah.
And I'd have been fine. But I figured, well, he's not on, and I knew Big Vic was. I was on his stream, and but neither one I know care. Stream whenever you want, but I just would not have done that.
Well, you need someone to talk Scotch.
Oh, well, I got actually before I went to the Scotch, I had different bourbons lined up in front of me, these samples, and then I said, well, you know what? Let me go back because I told him I would talk about this that I opened up. I told him I'd talk about that again. So I had it last weekend when I went to my parents because my sister and her husband came, and then her son flew in from the East Coast and surprised my dad because he didn't know that my sister and her husband were coming. And I had no idea that my nephew was coming, and neither did he. So he showed up on Easter.
Oh, wow.
So it was a nice surprise. And so I had some whiskey down there and shared with them, and a couple of bottles of wine, and they brought wine. And so, yeah, it was a good time. It really was a good time just to sit and, talk because it's been a couple of years since I've seen my nephew, and been a couple of years since I've seen my sister and her husband because they live as far southeast as you could go and in Florida, and Mason's on the opposite coast of me over 2,000 miles away. So it was good. It was good. So James said he's going to have a spot of breakfast, and I said, well, that's great. But I'm going to end the stream because
James is going to go have some spotted dick.
Well, he might have a little spotted dick. That's okay. He can have it. They make it canned. It makes it easier to have it. But I will end the stream so people can relax or go bother Sean on Whiskey Wars or something like that. But I mean, it was a good stream. I never intended on going this long, but that's just how it goes sometimes. But I thank everybody who stuck with us and was here, and I appreciate you. I hopefully will see you all tomorrow, but no guarantees because I don't know if I'll be out of Boulder City in time, but I think I might. Just watch for the thumbnail. So cheers, everybody. You all have a good evening, and I will be seeing you all very, very soon. Cheers.